Happy Saturday. Thank you to everybody coming in. I have to warn you, obviously, I'm feeling even better than yesterday, so look out. Just saying. Just kidding. Hi, Stephanie. It's good to see you. Anita, hello. I thought I wasn't going to be here today, but plans changed and I'm here. Yay. That's awesome, Anita. Well, we're glad to have you. Stephanie, Anita, and everybody here, tell us what you are reading. Hi, Keisha. It's good to see you. Hi, Stephanie G. You're so cute. It's good to have everybody here. So Cozy will be here in just a few minutes, and then we'll probably do our first sprint at like quarter after or so. And then after the first sprint, because these sprints are shorter than the weekday sprints, we normally do 20 to 30-minute ones on Saturday because it's a little more talking, less sprinting. Although, anyways, and then so after the first sprint, we will start discussing our skull picks, which I'm really, really excited about today. Hello, Susan G. It's good to see you. Hi, Jillian. Morning, everyone. I'm still reading the Cider Shop rules, about 50% in. I hope things are working out with your car. I hope you've got some updates and that, they're figuring that out because that's just crazy. Hi, Cozy.
Hi.
How are you?
Good. How are you guys?
Good. I told everybody I'm feeling even better than yesterday, so look out, world.
Oh, good.
It's good to see you.
You too.
I said my thoughts were we would do our first sprint, whether it be 20 to 30 minutes, because they're usually a little shorter than the weekday ones. And then we would start our skull discussion.
Sounds good.
We get time for people to be here. I have a few people in the Discord that send me messages about their reads, so remind me of that when we get to it.
Yeah, and there's some in the scavenger hunt chat part too.
Okay, cool. Cation said she's reading Grilled for Murder, Country Store Mystery number 2 by Maddie Day. Awesome. That's one of Cozy's favorites, I think.
Yeah. Can you switch?
Hold on. There
okay.
we go. Hi, Mazda Goes Vroom Vroom. It's good to see you. Are you planning on rollerblading today? Please be careful, but that sounds like a blast. I'm listening to Dead on the Vine and reading Death Takes Priority. Nice.
How are you liking both of those? They're both on my TBR.
Oh, nice. Sherry said hello.
Dead on the Vine, I think, is the Finn family farm or something.
I didn't remember the name, but I remember that
the little piggy on the cover. Yeah, I love farms one, so I'm curious about that. I almost started it a few months back.
Sherry said, hello, everyone. Physically, I'm reading 5 Little Pigs by Agatha Christie and listening to Amari and the Night Brothers. Excellent. Hello, Cav. They said, I've been lurking in some sprints, and I heard you talk about this one today, so I'm here. Glad to see you're feeling better. Thank you so much. I am feeling much better, so lucky for you or unlucky for you, depending on how you feel about hearing me talk. And my sassiness. I feel like I'm much more somewhat, than when I'm feeling good.
It's a lot more lively than when Wednesday was, and it was so quiet. That was just not right.
Wednesday. Glad that you decided to chat with us. Tell us what you're reading. We are so glad you're here. Hi, Leanna. Oh, hold on. I'm sorry. Leanna said, hi, reading catering to nobody. Hey, hold on.
Leanna, is that the first time you're reading that series?
Get over here.
I really love it. I'm on book 7. If it's your first time reading it, it's definitely edgy. So it's very detailed. So it's cozy in that way and lots of food talk. But then it's edgy with subject matter. And then where are we? Nadine's reading Christmas Cake Murders. So Hannah Swenson.
Thank you, Cozy.
And Melmac says hi, Tiffany, and hi to us. And she's reading The Quick and the Thread by Amanda Lee. 80 pages in and like it so far. One of my favorites. And Susan is finishing her the wine one. And then she's going to start The Main Corpse by Diane Mott Davidson. That is the one, I believe, that was my favorite of the series so far. It was, especially towards the end, was so action-packed. I'm pretty sure it was that one.
Awesome. Thank you, Cozy.
You're welcome.
Mel said, glad you're continuing. Yes, me too. Thank you, Mel. I'm liking both of them. The Death on the Vine and the other one. Nice. 70G is reading Up to No Good At and had to make myself a grilled cheese for lunch. Well, of course. Of course. That was somebody else's read for Skull on the cover, by the way. Yes, Horse and the Pig. Gotcha.
The pig's name is Horse. That's funny.
Yes, Horse the Pig. Oh, the pigs. That is pretty. I'm trying to catch up on the Silver Shadow, a buddy read with my North Carolina daughter, or
yeah.
middle.
so.
I don't know what NC. I'm sorry.
I think it's North Carolina, daughter.
Yeah, probably.
Okay. I went North Carolina, but I was trying to think, like, could it be like middle, or I don't know. Speaking of farm cozies, has anyone read the Candy Holiday series? And if so, what did you think of it?
That's farm.
Is that the BB Haywood?
Yeah.
It is. It's the BB Haywood. They have the best covers of cozies, I think.
Yeah.
Like, they might be some of my favorite covers. But I read the first one a while back, and I did not like it. But it has been a long time, so I would like to try it again because they're so adorable looking.
I thought you had read more than one.
Did I? I don't remember. And maybe I didn't.
talk
Maybe it
about
wasn't that I didn't like it, but I thought I would like it more. Maybe. I don't remember what it was. It's been a long time.
I read number 1. That was the only one that's out on audio. So I read it on audio back in 2019. I gave it 4 stars. For whatever reason, I didn't know it was. Oh, she is a farmer. I tried book 2 last July. I remember because I was on vacation and I couldn't get into it, but I'm not giving up on the series. I just felt like there was a side character that was really annoying right off the bat, and I just wasn't in the mood.
Gotcha.
She was like, hey, and I'm like, nope. No.
Oh my, yeah. Leanna said, first time reading, but I'm fine with edgy. Gotcha.
I hope you enjoy it.
Hey, Breezy, saying hi from work, so probably can't listen for long, but had to say hi. Well, Thank you for stopping in and saying hello. I've been debating what to start, and I think I'm going with An Uninvited Ghost by E.J. Copperman. It's the second book in the series, so it fits the March Mystery Madness theme. Fits perfectly. That's awesome, Kev.
Have either of you guys read that series?
No.
So
what's the first book called?
I don't know, but those covers freak me out. So I always have I assume they're scary, but it's a cozy, so I don't know. I don't know if it's how cozy it is, but those
I
covers,
think I may have the first one in that series, but
I'm gonna look it up. But those covers,
I'm looking it up on Goodreads to see the cover.
I know you've talked about it in your video before, but I don't know if it was like a spotlight or.
I can't remember. I feel like maybe I've read them, but I don't know. I'm gonna look up the first book cover and see if Goodreads will load. Come on.
Night of the Living Deed. I don't know. I just, for whatever reason, the covers creep me out. Just the house and there's like ghost apparitions on each one. And
oh, I have not read it.
Yeah, it's Cozy Mystery as the second one.
But
then it's also listed as paranormal mystery thriller.
The first one gives me bird vibes with all those birds on there.
Then
Alfred Hitchcock birds.
The second cover we have a black cat on there, but again a ghost guy. The third one's really creepy. So if anybody's read that series, let us know if it's how cozy it is.
Let us know what you thought of the first one. Was it scary? And by scary, I mean like my kind of scary. So was it above an 8-year-old scare level?
Which means how paranormal is it?
Yeah.
Mazda Goes Broom Room said, I've been rolling around in the house to practice so I don't look silly when I go out in public. I love that, Mazda. That's hilarious.
Oh.
I could just see you rollerblading around the kitchen, like your husband, her significant other, whoever, kid, or what. They're like, what is she doing? I'm just
rolling around the kitchen table holding on.
Right. Now when you go to skating rinks, they didn't have, at least where I went skating as a child, they didn't have these. But now when you go into skating rinks, they have walkers that you can rent with wheels on them.
Oh,
That's
really?
what I would need, honestly.
Yeah.
And so I mean, they're not actual walkers, but that's what they look like. They look like
Yeah.
an old person. I don't mean that meanly. I'm just saying they look like a walker, and then they have wheels on them, like when somebody puts tennis balls on their rocker, so
Yeah.
that they, it's kind of what it looks like. And then you like use that apparently to like guide yourself.
Well, I broke my leg and my knee getting out of bed. So
Oh
tripping,
gosh,
getting out of bed. So I'm not going on rollerblades ever.
Gotcha.
I did roller skates when I was like 6 years old. My mom gave me the option for my birthday to either go bowling or skating. So I thought skating sounded so cool until they got me out there and had my cousin on one side and my mom on the other side. And I'm like this, just going down through there. And I go, I want to go bowling.
Oh,
it looks fun. I know I had
skating when I was a
rollerblades growing up, and then I always wanted to ice skate. I remember I did it a few times and I always fell. So and the blades
that
are
was
so
my
sharp.
skating experience. I've never tried it again. So
there's a lot of adults that like it though.
I love roller skating. Well, I did when I was a kid. I've never been ice skating, which is so funny because I'm so obsessed with hockey, but it's also the reason that I've never been ice skating.
So cold.
Because I saw a really horrible injury, and I mean horrible, where somebody was cut with a blade. Like it was completely unintentional. It was I mean, the guy like went to fall, and as he was falling, somebody was close to him, and I will never step foot on an ice skating rink solely because of that burned into my mind.
Yeah.
But
I tried to go ski. I tried to go skiing one time with some friends, and the instructor like was trying to teach me how to. He goes, "Do you know how to skate?" And I was like, "No." And he's like, "Okay." So he's trying. I mean, I was down on my butt more than anything. I was so cold. And he's like, I tell you what, he goes, learn how to skate and I'll teach you how to ski. And I'm like, well, I guess I'm not skiing.
Right.
Hi, Nicole. It's good to see you. Oh, it was North Carolina. Okay, good. Reading Death and Daisies. Nice. Anita said, I'm reading A Brush with Love by Maisie Eddings. I've never heard of that. Cav said, they aren't scary, more funny, but the humor is sarcastic and snappy. I didn't think I'd like it, but I enjoyed the first one. Both are on Audible Plus right now. Nice. I can do funny. I love
Don't know if I'll try it, but good to know. If Tiffany can handle it, then I'd try
it. I just saw Mel's comment below, not this one. Okay, thanks. It popped up in an email from either Amazon or Barnes & Noble with suggestions. Can't remember which. I get both all the time. Was wondering about it. The premise sounds interesting. Gotcha. Car update / rant, which I think that you deserve. Been there over 6 months waiting for a part. It's been ready to pick up since November. They forgot to call me and let me know. I've been calling for months, but they still didn't call. I added this still, I know, but I felt it was warranted. That is super frustrating. I'm very, very sorry for you. This is the one I was laughing at. Yeah. Tiffany's scary threshold of Scooby-Doo, which is 100% true.
If that.
Yeah, no, Mel, you are spot on. But I've seen ghosts who are semi-transparent as are.
I think she's saying she's seen ghosts in real life. She said this before, and I don't want to talk about that.
Feedback finally went to pick it up, but they also forgot they were supposed to make me an extra key because they lost mine, so I can't pick it up until Tuesday. Oh my gosh.
Well, there better be some discount on your bill because that's some bad customer service.
So we're going to start sprint at quarter after. So Storm, what are you reading today?
I am going to read Escape from Limoncello's Library by Chris Grabenstein. I think this is the one that I could probably finish today, and I want to finish another book this week. So
it looks really cute.
It is cute. It makes me giggle, so I like it.
And Cozy, what are you reading?
On ebook, I'm reading Port Danby number 8, which I love that series, and audiobook. I'm in the middle of Goldie Bear number 7 and Cat Cafe number 3. Enjoying both of those. So I'm not sure what I'm going to read this sprint.
Gotcha. So on ebook, I am reading A Crafty Crime, which is the first book in this Stony Brook or Storybrooke? Stony Brook Cozy Mystery Series by Erin Scott, which is Cozy Rose. blind date pick for me. And without jinxing it, I'm loving it so far. And I keep saying jinxing it because I'll make the statement once I finish reading the book.
Right.
So I don't want to jinx what my thoughts are. But and then on audiobook, I'm listening to, I think it's called One Taste Too Many.
You should be almost finished with that, right?
Yeah, I'm at like almost 80%. I can't think of what it's called. One Taste Too Many. It's the first book in the Sarah Blair cozy mystery series, because the next book is called like Two Taste or Two Cook Too Many. It's like real close together.
Every one, so like the third book is 3 something, the fourth one is 4 something, so it's like that.
Yeah, so it is One Taste Too Many. I think the second book is called Two Cooks Too Many, but they're very close. Anyways,
Yeah.
So I'll probably be finishing that, and we are at 16, and Cozy has got the.
They're
oh my
all so
gosh, those are
cute.
too cute. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. All right, Cozy, what do you want?
Number 1.
Storm, what do you want?
I'm gonna take the little plain one, number 4.
Ah.
I want the mermaid. I want the mermaid. All right, so 20 minutes, and I have got to go. I got my coffee, but I did not bring out ice water, and I have got to go get some ice water, and then I'll be right back. All right, happy reading, everyone. No, I know that number. Come on. Mm.
You knew number 2 would win.
I knew that number 2 was going to pull it out. What are you doing? Go play. Go play. How was your guys' sprints? Y'all's sprints, sorry.
I only read a few pages because Poncho got dropped off, the dog I set for on Saturdays. And it's hard to tell where I'm at because it's a bind up of 3 books. I think you said you're reading a bind up too. So I'm on chapter 14 though.
Yeah. Same way. So the Crafty Killing had a bind up in KU of the first 3 instead of just, or I keep calling it Crafty Killing. It's not a crafty crime. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Anyways, I bought the bind up. Well, I didn't buy it. It was KU.
Oh, okay, good.
So you know what I mean. But I just figured I'd get the first 3, but now I have no idea where I am. But it says I'm on chapter 11. And I should be finishing up One Taste Too Many, but I am obsessed with a crafty crime. So I will get back to the other one. How was your sprint, Storm?
Good. I'm at 55% into the audiobook. So.
Excellent. I'm just trying to find where I am. I figure we'll get caught up on a few of these, and then we'll jump into what everybody for Scavenger Hunt. If you haven't been here, we just want to know what you read and what you rated it. Kind of, your generalized thoughts, no spoilers. And then Cozy normally pulls up Goodreads, and we talk about the synopsis. That way we're not ruining anything, but it's a good way to hear about different and new books because I've got I've put several on my TBR this way. Cheryl's here. Hi, Cheryl. It's good to see you.
There's Goodreads. Okay.
Ghosts like that are not scary because they seem to just notice you and exit. Scorpio said, "Hey everyone, hi. I am reading Which Happens by A.M. King. Nice. Found out that I have 2 damaged. Oh, I am so sorry, and I hope you feel better soon. And whatever has to be done, I'll be thinking of you." Was very angry, but manager offered to detail it, recharge battery, oil change to offset insurance costs.
Okay.
Got there. He seemed genuinely sorry, so I forgive and forget. Yeah. No, I mean, I think that you have to, but I think that they also should have done those things they did.
I just don't know how they could notice a car sitting there for 3 months and no one said anything.
Right. Well, and not only not call, but like, wouldn't you have been like, hey, anybody called about the car? Like,
yeah, hey, like we fixed
like,
this. We fixed this car in November. Why is this still sitting? I get that's just funny.
Hello, Night Owl. It's good to see you. Nancy said hello. Almost forgot this. I read Zombies for Everyone for my skull. Gotcha. We'll start with you, Nancy. Thanks for being here. Anita is coming out this month. I'm not sure which book she's talking about. It might be whatever she was reading. Cajun says, so hard to. Oh, yeah. About Cheryl. Please feel better, Cheryl. I used to love ice skating when I was younger. One of my childhood friends, I think. Maybe it was ice skating. To be fair, Scooby-Doo's. Thank you, Cheryl. Thank you. I appreciate that. Friends. Okay, so one of my friend's mothers was in the ice capades and used to take us skating all the time. Was a great instructor. That is so cool. I loved the ice capades when I was a kid. I went to like several of their live shows that when they would do like Sesame Street on Ice and all those kind of things. Yeah. Reading Pawn of Prophecy, the first Bulgarian. Yeah, book. Bookish Sprites are doing this read-along. Nice. Yes,
I have no idea what genre that is.
It's fantasy.
Oh.
There is a cat on the cover of One Taste Too Many. Yeah,
just like a Siamese cat,
real close up. Yeah, people picking their ducks. If you pick number 2, they stole the show from The Little Mermaid. But we're moving on.
I want the plain duck pull through.
Hello, Robin. It's good to see you. Hello. Made it finally. Duck number 3. Gotcha. Lena said, wasn't trying to scare you, was trying to be reassuring. Nicole said, I'm 120 pages into Death and Daisies. Hi, Paul. It's good to see you. I see you live a lot, and I'm hoping to catch one, but it's always while I'm at work. So I promised I will try to catch one eventually. I'm so sorry. Hey Leslie, hi all. Your profile is really adorable. Finally made a live show. Usually have to watch later and just pretend it's live. I do that too.
Yeah.
For people for sure.
Yeah.
Well, thanks for being here.
Over half our views come from people watching after.
Oh, for sure. Yeah. Oh, lots. Yeah. What are you reading? What do you like to read? What are some of your favorite cozies?
No,
What
she said
kind of car do you drive? And what's your birth certificate number?
No, she said Amanda Flower. I think Jen McKinley.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, I saw you in the Discord.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I saw Krista Davis.
I like her doggy pic. It reminds me of mine.
Yeah, it does look like Justin. How have you been, Storm?
I have been good.
Excellent.
How's the weather? Is it still bipolar?
Yeah, because like it's 66 today, but by Monday it's going to be 43. So.
We had a tiny bit of rain last night, which was nice.
9 pages. Nancy said, didn't read. Ooh, Greek salad. I love Greek salad. 14 pages. Oh my God, this is the first time I picked a winner. Oh, well, then I'm not upset anymore. Good for you. I'm happy for you. Unicorn for the win. That's awesome, Stephanie. Got 4% read at the Adolph Garden. Nice. Oh, hey, Poncho. So cute. Managed 1% of my book. Nice. It's better than nothing. 20 pages read. I read about 4%, listened to about 6% of Mary Ghost by Carolyn Hart, read 8%, and then another Skull, which we'll come back to. So I think we're getting into some Skull picks, so I think it's time to go ahead. Are you guys good with starting? I'm just going up to find Nancy's.
Yeah, I'm going to do her first, and then we can get into ours.
Zombies for Everyone for my Skull cover. 3 stars. I have never heard of this.
I'm a little curious about that one, so maybe I'll use it.
I don't know. I think there's how many books are out. I think there's only 1 book out in it so far. I have it pulled up.
Oh, I'm sorry.
It's okay.
I forgot I had to do something.
Yeah, because it says a supernatural cozy mystery, but it sounds like Buffy to me. And it's the main character is in high school, because I remember reading the synopsis when she mentioned it last month. Jenna Sutton is nothing like the iconic vampire slayer of TV fame, even though it sounds like it. She's the antithesis of a cheerleader. She's not peppy, and she sucks at gymnastics. She has nothing in common with the fictional Buffy other than being blonde and in high school. Oh, and occasionally she kills vampires for a living, as well as other things that go bump in the night. Following an attack on an English teacher at a nearby school, it becomes clear this wasn't an ordinary coyote bite. This isn't a normal coyote bite. I guess they thought he got bit by coyote. The gray green, something like webbing streaks making their way up his arm can only mean one thing: zombies. But this isn't a normal zombie attack. The victims seem to be handpicked. Can Jenna complete her investigation without the school administrators figuring out she's actually a high school student from another school? Blah, blah, blah. Okay. So, yeah, what did you think of that? Because that's, first of all, zombies and vampires and supernatural is weird enough with cozies, but then she's in high school.
Yeah, that is altogether a different cozy. And, KB was asking just last night at the very end about, like, I guess this wouldn't be really science cozy.
No.
But I don't read anything like this, so to me this is like science fiction. But people are like, no, science fiction's this or that. I'm like, it's all foreign to me, I guess.
I know you gave it 3 stars, but was it like a typical cozy? Like, was it well done, or did it seem amateur?
How many books are in the series?
I think just 1 so far.
Oh, I'm sorry, you said that. I apologize.
Because
because it just came out last year.
Okay.
Yeah. And like other books by her, innovations in corporate management, customer-centric marketing. So I think she got bored and decided to write something.
Let's write zombies.
Because she's writing like
how-to books. And then
CPA textbooks. And then all of a sudden she's like, that's funny.
Yeah, I think she got bored. Yeah, Nancy's the only one of my friends that had it.
Nancy, you got to give us a little bit more because
it's very weird.
I'm curious about it, and it's only 185 pages, so maybe
exactly. Yeah.
All right, so I have the next scavenger hunt pulled up It is Nancy J.
Discipline.
Para, the first book in the California wine country. Oh, she gave it 2 stars.
Yeah, see, my 2 stars means it's an okay read. I think a lot of people's 2 stars means it's bad. So curious to
I don't
why.
think I feel like it's bad.
I never
but I
see you
also-
give. I never see you give books 2 or 1. Very rarely, or you'll DNF.
I never give 1 because normally if I'm going to give something a 1 star, unless I'm like 80% or more, I probably DNF'd it.
That's funny because yesterday, but you rate your books after you've read it because you didn't have Goodreads the whole time. Because I was looking up a book, a series I really want to read. It's the Heather Weber. It's like gardening series, the Nina Quinn, and you gave book one 1 star, and I was like, was that on accident or did you hate it?
I did not like it at all.
Stacey, do give 1s.
But I don't anymore. That was a long time ago that I read
Yeah,
that.
you said you rated it 6 months ago, but yeah, I figured you'd read it a long time ago.
Yeah, usually I bail before 1 stars unless I'm hate reading it and stuff.
That's what I mean. Yeah, like unless I'm almost done or whatever, I don't give a lot of 1 stars because I probably DNF'd it. 2 stars for me is okay, but I'm probably on the fence about whether I actually want to read another one.
Yeah. I actually gave a lot of 1 stars. I think I gave 30 or more last year. To me, because a 1 star is just, it wasn't for me, or I didn't get enjoyment out of it. So that's like, yeah, that's what my ones are. Okay, so here's the cover and the skull placement. So it's hard for it to see, but if you guys have your Goodreads, open it up and check. So the skull is right there on the bottle opener. It's so clever.
Oh, okay. Yep.
It's so cute. It's a little silver skull. And I love the van, and I love the cover.
Yeah, it's cute.
And this is on my TBR. And so she's rated a 2. And if you guys see why she gave it a 2. So Taylor O'Brien is a new businesswoman, founder of Taylor's Off the Beaten Path Wine Tours, who lives on a small winery with her Aunt Gemma. She plans to take small groups around romantic Sonoma County to discover some of the county's outdoor gardens. It's all running as smooth as can be until Laura, the leader of the group of yoga instructors she's leading, is found dead. And it's Taylor's corkscrew that's found buried in Laura's neck. So, I mean, sounds good to me. Nancy J. Para is Nancy Coco?
Yes.
Okay.
Nancy J. Para is Nancy Coco.
So I loved the book 1 of her Candy Coated Fudge series. I didn't like book 2. I enjoyed the first book of the Oregon Honeycomb. I'm excited to read the book 2, but I've never read her as Nancy J. Para.
There's a series I really want to read by her as Nancy J. Para.
She has the gluten one, and then she has the engagement one, which I I sampled that for the wedding theme, and the first couple chapters were it felt like a middle schooler was writing it. Like it felt really amateur. So I didn't end up reading it. But I'm gonna try again later.
Yeah, so the second book in the Oregon Honeycomb actually came out this month or February.
Yeah, it came out everywhere. Yeah, I'm gonna try to get to it soon.
Well, Mel, tell us more, as in what does your 2-star mean? Because I think that Cozy and I and Storm have just kind of
we all do.
All have different ideas of what a 2-star book is to us, which is perfectly fine. We just need to know what a 2-star is to you.
2 stars is for me. It was kind of meh.
I remember her saying on Discord that it didn't really have much to do with wine and something that she didn't like the characters. And then she read book 2, and I think because there's only 2 books, I think she said it was a little better.
Okay. Storm, do you want to do yours?
Oh, sure. But mine is the 12th book in the series, and I wouldn't read the synopsis because it could spoil you if there's certain things that you.
Well, yeah, we always read book 1. What is the series?
It's the Country Club.
Oh, okay. Oh yeah, I found this for Storm. She couldn't find it. So I went through her books and I found this one.
Yeah, so the one that I read is called Night Moves, and it's like book 12. And basically, this time around, Ellison doesn't actually find the body the first body. She finds another one, but she doesn't find the first one. So they're like, oh, yeah, she didn't find the body this time. But
And the skull is in the stars right there.
Yeah.
The covers are so cute. They make them look so cute and innocent. So how did you like this compared to the rest of the series?
Oh, I enjoyed it basically because I really like Ellison and Anarchy Jones. But I will tell you, there was a moment and towards the end that I was like, don't you do that to me.
Was it like a cliffhanger, or was the way something
No,
should
it's
have
just
happened?
something happened to somebody, and it was okay. But it was like it come out of the blue, out of nowhere, and just was like, no, you can't do that.
I'm really excited to try book 2 in this series.
Mm-hmm. And if you haven't tried this series, the first book is The Deep End. And what makes this cozy mystery series neat is it's set in the 70s. But Tiffany said the first book was very racy, but Storm says the rest of the series isn't like that.
Very racy and, hold on, very, very racy for a cozy. And I mean, maybe racy for, it was, yeah. And 2, the ending had one of the craziest endings I've ever seen. I've never seen an ending like that in a cozy ever.
Was it a cliffhanger or just a shocking
Nope,
ending?
Not a cliffhanger, just shocking. But although I didn't really love the racy part because I don't want that in my cozy, I loved every other aspect. So I am really excited to read number 2, especially because Storm said that most of the other books aren't as wild.
At least I don't remember them being wild, but then I didn't remember what happened in the first one.
I loved the characters, and I really loved the country club setting, and I love that it was in 1970. So I'm really excited about trying number 2.
As long as it's not as crazy and racy as the Dead End Job series, I can handle it. Because that was insane.
I don't remember. See, I think, like I've said, I think my cozies have totally changed. I think things that
because
I would have read, I would never read now.
Right, because when you started it, you're used to reading other genres.
Yeah. I wasn't a full-time cozy reader at that time, and I feel like it's really changed. Oh, I just read this. Yay.
No,
Who's this? Oh, Stephanie, good.
Oh, you did read book 2?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I know you read book 1 recently. This is Stephanie. She gave it 4 stars. Not my favorite Amanda Flower series, but it's set on a farm, and it's a fun time. Yeah. So I'm more excited for this than I am for Amish. Don't hate me because I need to continue. I only read book 1 of her Amish Candy. So the skull is on the pumpkin.
I agree with Stephanie when she said, what'd she say?
Not her favorite.
Oh,
fun.
Yeah, not my favorite because the Amish Candy Shop is obviously one of my favorite series overall of anything, not just the Amanda Flower. But this series in general feels like a different feel for Amanda Flower. Not good or bad, just different. Like, it's not near as cozy to me as her Candy Shop and Matchmaking series. It's still really great. I gave both books 4 stars as well. And I love farm cozy, so I really enjoyed it. But it's definitely not the same feel writing-wise as her other ones.
So the first one's Farm to Trouble.
Yeah.
So coming home to a rundown farm, gossipy neighbors, and a shady investigator is a lot to handle, but a murder on the loose is the final straw. Shiloh cashed in her big city job and 401k to return home to Michigan to save the family farm. But turning Bellamy Farms into a sustainable organic operation complete with a farm-to-table cafe is no small feat, especially when her new investor is found dead among the flowers just hours after the contract is signed. Everyone knows her father held a grudge against the investor, and word travels fast in a small town. So that reminds me of Lynn Cahoon's Farm to Table with the cafe, but I have no clue if it's similar. I'm excited.
I mean, it's similar in concept, but not feel of the actual book from what I
average 3.81 stars. And I got some 5s and 4s and some 3s from so.
Yeah, I gave it both of them a 4.
Nice.
Which this is off topic, but I have to ask before I forget. Has anybody read Murder in G Major? I just read it. It's by Alexia Gordon. It's the first book in the, I don't know how to say her name, and I listened to it on audio, so I heard it like 500 times. Gessamine Brown. She is an African American orchestra, like what are those people called? Like conductor person, but she also like I think she's got her PhD from like Yale and stuff in classical music, and she plays several instruments. Well, I loved the book, but I have to know if anybody else read it so I can discuss it with them. The murder, I'm not trying to give anything away, but I do have to say this. There were she killed 7 people and tried to kill 8. I've never read a cozy like that.
Oh,
I was like,
wow,
taking everybody out. Like
serial killer in your cozy.
Yeah.
Right. Now, I will say some of the murders happened before the book started, but they were discovered when you know what I mean? So like, but overall and I was like, holy crap. It's like a serial killer. I've never read such a thing. And it wasn't presented that way. It was just like, she got away with it. But to me, I was just like, I was flabbergasted. So
was everything else cozy though in it?
Oh yeah. Okay. Sorry. I'm sorry. That was off
No,
topic.
that's really interesting because I had no desire to read that because I don't like theater music or anything. But 7
that makes me curious about
it.
It
7
takes place in Ireland.
Oh, okay.
Which is really cool too. So, because like she was trying to get a job, like conducting or doing something in the symphony, and she can't. The only job that she can find, I don't remember what happened, but anyways, the only job that she can find is at this boys' school in Ireland, and it was good. I really enjoyed it, but I was shocked. So, all right, sorry, we're back to Framed in Lace. My bad.
Yeah, so Cornflower read Framed in Lace, which I almost chose this, book 2 in the Needlecraft series by Monica Ferris. And here we have a real skull on the cover on a skeleton. And she said she really enjoyed it. How did it compare to book 1? Like, was it just as good? Because I just recently read book 1 in January, and I really liked it. First one's called Cruel World. The covers look so old. Yeah, 1999 was the first book. So I don't know if we've read this before, but it's a really short synopsis. When Betsy's sister is murdered in her own needlecraft store, Betsy takes over the shop and the investigation. But to find the murderer, she'll have to put together a list of motives and suspects to figure out this killer's pattern of crime. Includes a beautiful embroidery pattern. And I wish I wouldn't have read that synopsis because I went into it blind and I was shocked when her sister was killed. So, and they just told you.
Yeah, it's so weird when they tell that stuff in the synopsis to me.
And I really enjoy this one. It's not a fluffy cozy, but it's not edgy. I think it was like somewhere in the middle. But I'm really excited to continue that series.
Awesome. I don't know if I've read it. I read some a long time ago, some different craft books, and I can't remember which series it was from. I don't know. I need to look on my Goodreads, but
I'm really loving craft theme.
What was your skull book, Cozy?
Okay, so I actually read 5 skull books in February. Moly. Not even trying. It just happened. That's what I read. I can tell you all of them. I guess my favorite, I've already talked about one of the other series I'm not talking about. My favorite would be the most recent. I just finished March 1st. Would be A Dress for Murder by Tanya Kappas. I'll talk about that one, but then I'll tell you guys what the other 4 ones I read. So that was the one I'm going to talk about. The skulls on the post box. And let's see. So
I read the first one in that series, but I haven't read any.
Yeah, I had read the first one last year, and I was looking for something quick to read. So I picked it. Okay, so in February, like when we picked this stuff. So the first one I read with the skull on it was Chef to Go number 2 by Denise Swanson. The second one was Up to No Gouda by Linda Riley, but I know people are already talking about that. As you guys know, that was like one of my most anticipated reads for like a year. and I liked it. I just thought it didn't live up to my expectations, and I thought it wasn't that strong of a first book in a series, but I am going to continue it because I did enjoy it, just not as much as I was hoping. My third with a skull on the cover was Chef to Go #3 by Denise Swanson. And I really enjoyed that series. So I would be talking about that today, but I talked about that last time for the wedding pick. So that's a 3-book series. I recommend that if you guys haven't read it. Let's see. Number 4 was The Liz McCremon Mystery #2 by Caitlin Dunnett, which I hated that book. I loved book 1. Loved book 1, hated book 2. It could have been my mood. But I just felt like it had an overall different feel. But
that's the Scottish one that I'm dying to read.
Yeah, but you don't say Scottish because like it is, but I think you're expecting like crazy over the top Scottish and it's not. Book number 2 had more of a Scottish theme, but it's just like her old dance company comes around and I didn't like it. But the same thing happened with Nancy Coco, her Fudge series. I loved book 1, hated book 2. So the same thing happened. So now I got to read book 3 of both of those. And yeah, so that was 4, and this is number 5. So my favorites out of the school were the Denise Swanson Chef to Go series and this. I really enjoyed this. I think I gave it a 4 or 5. I don't remember. And it's on Kindle Unlimited. I listened to it on audiobook though on Hoopla. Only 191 pages. So that's book number 2.
Okay, come on. There. Okay.
Number 1, which I think Tiffany would really like this series. I think you should try it. They're short on Hoopla, like only 5 hours or something.
It's okay.
So, discover the Southern life of Bernadette Butler, along with the eccentric and lovable citizens, along with all the fur babies who live in Sugar Creek Gap in this new Southern Cozy Mystery series. Everyone in Sugar Creek Gap has tried to fix up widow and beloved mail carrier Bernadette Butler on several dates. They say she has to be lonely. What they don't know is how Bernadette's life is filled with everyone's hidden secrets and obsessions. After all, she does deliver their mail, and here's all the dirty laundry Southern folks love to sweep secrets under the rug. When on her route, Bernadette finds out the beloved Sugar Creek Gap Country Club is being sold and turned into condos. The developer is Bernadette's best friend, Mac, and right now he's not very popular. The entire town is against the development and eager to vote it down, vowing they will do whatever it needs to be done to stop the sale of the country club to Mac Tabor. Blah, blah, blah. So, yeah, I enjoyed it. And I liked book 1. I gave book 1 4 stars too.
It sounds like something I would really like.
I think you would, because the main character she's in her 50s, I believe. She's widowed. She's very likable, very sweet. And there's the gossipy neighbors. And in book 2, it reminded me of, because I've only read one book of her Campers and Criminals, how she has the laundry club. In this series, she has the front porch club, or like front porch girls or something like that, because it's these old ladies that hang out on the front porch and gossip, and she gives them their mail.
I would love it.
So, yeah, it's a fun series. I definitely recommend that.
That is awesome.
Do you want to do yours, or do you want to keep going?
Sure. Mine is Spellbooked by Joyce and Jim Levine.
Oh, I'm interested in this one.
What's that?
I'm interested in what you thought of this one.
What are you doing, boo-boo? Okay, the motorcycle is gone. Can you get down now?
And this is a trilogy. I think it's completed because it's been a while. Cover is adorable.
Yeah, they actually have both passed away.
That's what I was going to say.
Both of them did? Wow.
Yeah. They passed away really close together. I don't remember who passed away first, but then like within a couple of months, the other one passed away. Or something.
I think it was the lady and then the man.
Oh.
The
skulls appear on the mantle. It's in it's a skeleton skull in a little glass jar next to the kitty.
So this is the first book in the Retired Witches Cozy Mystery series. I gave it 3.5 stars, or cups of coffee, if you will. There were things about it I really loved, but there were points where it would get a little too paranormal for me. Mm-hmm. But then it always kind of pulled itself back. So I loved it because, again, the older people retired, all that stuff. So, and they were starting to lose their magic. And so they would try to like do a spell, and they would like they'd be like trying to like make somebody disappear, and they would like turn them into an elephant, or because they were getting their spells mixed up and stuff, which I loved. I thought that was hilarious. But there were points in it for me that got a little too paranormal. If you liked paranormal, you would probably give this book a 5-star.
Oh, okay.
And I still will definitely continue the series because I loved the retirement part of it, and like them having trouble with their spells, and they all have to help each other. And I really liked it overall. I give it 3.5 stars. If you want to read the synopsis, you can.
Yeah.
But again, so one of the main witches gets. I don't know why I'm telling you. It'll probably be in there. She gets killed, and they're trying to figure it out.
Yeah. So I had sampled this when I was trying to find paranormal cozies to start, and I ended up starting some other series. And it was something about they were trying to in the first couple chapters. There was like a younger person they were trying to tell was a witch or something to take over. And is there ghost cats? Because that looks like a ghost, or it could just be a regular cat.
So all of the cats are able to like talk and have like they're like familiars.
Oh, okay, love that.
And yes, so they need to bring in a younger witch to like buff up their power.
Yeah.
And the lady doesn't know she's a witch, so they're kind of spying on her and like trying to,
I read like the first 30 or 40 pages, and I really liked it. I just didn't end up picking it up at that time. So if it didn't have too much paranormal for you, it would have been a 4 or a 5.
Oh, it probably would have been a 5. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And it probably really should be a 4. I gave it 3.5, but I feel like I'm maybe getting a little too harsh, and it probably is more of a 4. Because I really did enjoy it, especially as I'm talking about it. I'm like, oh, you know what? I really like that. And I think on Goodreads I put 4 because I always round up. So
now I'm more excited to read it. Sounds a lot of fun.
Come here.
So I'm gonna read the synopsis because the first part's funny.
Yeah.
Before they could blink their eyes or twitch their noses, Molly, Elsie, and Olivia somehow became eligible for AARP, but they can't fly off to Boca Raton just yet. First, they must give up their magic, recruit and train 3 new witches, and pass on their cherished spellbook. They've barely begun to consider potential practitioners when Olivia winds up dead and their spellbook is stolen. To honor their friend and reclaim their spells, Molly and Elsie are about to go wand to wand with a dangerous young witch more powerful than the trio was in their prime. And this time, they're going to need more than magic up their sleeves. Ooh. So it says that they have to train and recruit 3 new witches. So did they only do 1? Maybe they're going to do 1 per book.
Yeah, maybe. I guess they bring in 2 technically, but it wasn't started out that way. They were really only trying to bring in the young woman. There is somebody else that helps them, but it's more because what happens to the young woman, they need somebody else's help in the story. So I don't know if number 2 will, but I'm excited to check out number 2. I really thought this was fun.
Yeah, I'm excited. I want to get to it this year now because that sounds like so much fun.
Yeah, like I said, only to me, I thought it was too paranormal, but there were parts where some werewolves come in, not like mean werewolves. I mean, they're like human beings, but like they also, it just got a little too like, whoa, but,
are you adding it to your TBR Storm?
Yeah, it sounds like it'll be good.
Yeah.
It was fun. It was really fun. Is this Jillian's?
Yes.
Okay.
So Hooked on Murder by Betty Heckman, first book in the Crochet Mystery. We have our skull in the little, what do you call that? The square?
Yeah.
I can't see.
It's like, what do you call the little crochet square?
Like a granny square?
Yeah, a little granny square. There's a little skull. I've read the first 6 of these, all that are available on audiobook, and I really enjoyed it. A couple of my first books on audiobook, I binged them, and I really wish the rest of the series was on audio. I tried book 7 and it didn't have the same feel to me. And there's a lot of side characters. So I feel like if you're used to the side characters' voices and stuff, it's hard to distinguish them when you pick it up in print. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So I'm kind of up and down with that series, but I like it overall. I've read 5 of them, I think.
Yeah. And there's one more on audio that you could read. It's a long series. So I think there's 14 books. So Molly Pink they always call her Pink, is about to discover the joys of crochet. It's a relaxing escape from her hectic life as a bookstore event manager and from the stress of being Tarzana, California's latest murder suspect. So they call their knitting group the Tarzana Hookers, which I think is hilarious. And yeah, she works at a bookstore. And so the ladies come in. For Molly, the weekly crochet group at Shed and Royal Books is more than was just another event to manage. Then she stumbled across the body of group leader. I'm not even going to say it. Her complicated past has made her a prime suspect. After being cuffed and questioned, she could use a little diversion. Never mind that she doesn't know how to crochet. Granny throws don't look that hard to make. Yeah. So as the series goes on, it's a lot of fun. There's this one side character that's like a grump, and she always calls her like something like Jessica Fletcher, Molly Pink, or something. Like she makes fun of her because she ends up sleuthing. It's funny.
Oh,
And they hate, and then one
few.
of the person like hates knitting. It's like a knitter tries to get in the group, and
That is funny. If I haven't, I want to, but I think I've read some of these. I either read these or some of Sally
Let me
Goldenbaum or whatever her name is.
Storm gave it 4. That's good for Storm.
Yeah, see if you see me in there.
I am. That's what I'm looking for. Elizabeth gave it 4. Cheryl gave it 4. Cheryl read it.
Well, we all know you read the first in her other series.
Susan, if that's Susan Guest, she gave it 2 stars. Stephanie, nope, you haven't read it.
Because you read the first one in her other series, which is the
Yeah.
young recruit. So
That makes sense. Okay.
Yeah. That's what I said. I wish the rest of the series was on audio because I loved it on audio. I gave the first one 4 stars.
Gotcha. All right. So Mazda Goes Room for Room said, I started Laundry, read 11 pages. I'm giving another cozy a try. Arsenic in the Azaleas by Dale Merritt. That's the one that all has the letters for Be Nice.
Yeah.
Be Nice.
The whole series alphabetical order.
Yeah.
I read the first one in January or December, and I enjoyed it. It's different because the main character is different, and it takes place in Canada, but I really liked it.
Oh, okay.
I think I gave it a 4.
Paul said he is reading Black Lightning by John Saul.
That's a horror book.
That I know that author, and they write scary stuff, Paul.
Yep.
Well, that profile picture terrifies me, so
Yeah.
I can't even look at it.
He
Yes,
is
no
the
letters,
horror reader, so yeah.
My scavenger hunt pick for Skull on the cover was Crust No One. I love it. By Winnie Archer. Gave it 3.5. That's the Mexican bakery. I'm dying to try this.
I'm surprised you haven't.
I want
and
to.
There's the little
Nice.
skull and the Day of the Dead bread.
Be nice.
Cute. I think we talked about this series a few times. So just the brief synopsis, Yeast of Eden, a Mexican bread shop. She started out as a photographer. I'm guessing she takes over the family shop. It's currently $1.99 on Kindle.
Ooh, okay.
Yeah. I know it's on audiobook too.
3.5, 4 on Goodreads. Nice. Cajuns was A Dash of Murder. Oh, this is on my series to start in 2020 or 2022, and she's already on book number 19.
Is it? I don't think it's on audiobook though, is it?
No, I don't think so.
If you're on book number 19, I think it's fair to say you like that series.
Yeah, and she gave this one 5 stars.
On my
Myrtle
TBR too, for sure. I want to see what cover. 19. She said it's hard to see, but it's there. So let's see. I think book 1 is still free in this series on Kindle. Okay. Let's try to find it. Oh, okay. I see it. You guys would definitely have to pick up your Goodreads to see it. It's a tiny skull where the piece of pie is missing. There's a little skull.
Okay, cool.
Who's the author? Because I can't find it just looking up A Dash of Murder.
Elizabeth Span Craig, which I think she also goes as just Elizabeth Craig, maybe. I think it's what's her pen name, Cajun? I'm sure you know. I think it's.
She does have a pen name for sure.
Yeah, it might just be because she also does a quilting series, right?
I believe
right there. Yeah, right there. So Elizabeth Craig is her pen name. So she has the Southern Quilting Mystery and the Village Library Mystery. Book 1 Pretty is as pretty dies. There's a skull in that one too. It's not free on Kindle anymore, but it might be Kindle Unlimited. I'm not sure. Okay, I don't know if we've talked about this before, but I'll do a brief synopsis. Park Stockard was certainly sitting pretty, blessed with good looks and business sense to boot. She should have been content. Instead, Park makes trouble in her small town when retired octogenarian schoolteacher Myrtle Clover discovers her body. No one in Bradley is particularly upset. Oh, so Park was the one that died. So is the main character in her 80s?
Oh.
Because it says octogenarian schoolteacher Myrtle Clover discovers her body. Myrtle decides to show up her police chief's son and investigate the crime herself. So her son is the police chief. And just in time to play detective, she meets a widower newcomer and proves the perfect sidekick. Oh, so if the main character's in their because octogenarian is 80s, right?
Yes.
Then that's definitely up Tiffany's alley.
It is definitely up my alley.
And her son is a police chief. She knows she'd be like, if the son's like, stay out of it, she'd be like, let's all beat your behind.
And that's kind of interesting too, with the son being the police.
Yeah.
She's like trying to outdo her son, and that's kind of
because at first I'm like, oh, the main character's Park, but no, it said that.
Well, and like Cozy said, he's probably like, Mama, stay out of it. And she's like, son, don't make me turn you over my knee.
Yeah.
It reminds me of that movie with Sylvester Stallone. Is Stop or My Mom Will Shoot.
Oh, Estelle Getty's in that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you guys want to do a sprint like 25 after?
Yes.
And then we'll get back to the rest.
Sherry said I read Pampered to Death by Laura Levine, rating 4 stars. Mystery was meh, but Jane Prozac and Mama and Dad's email bumped it up a bit. That is part of the Jane Austen series, of course.
We've talked about. I just want to show the cover for. So Jane Austen is a writer for hire. It's a very funny series. She has a cat that she hears her. She makes an internal dialogue for. The cat doesn't talk. She has parents that live in a retirement home in Florida who send her emails. She has a best friend that lives next door who's hilarious. And Jane just can't seem to catch a break in every book.
Which number is the one that she read?
What did she say?
Pampered to Death?
I think it's
number
10. This series is a lot of fun. But it's either your type of humor or it's not. So you might read it and not like the humor. And cute little tiny skulls and the nail polish that Prozac is walking in.
Nice, Sherry. Love it.
Yeah.
Leanna's scavenger hunt pick was Rocky Road to Ruin by Mary Allen, and she gave it 5 stars. I love this cover. Rocky Road to Ruin. I think it has an adorable cover. It's the ice cream case.
It's 5 stars. Nice.
And this book, I felt bad because the author sent it to me, and it's just so small.
And I don't know if you could check Audible Storm. I don't think it's out on audiobook at all. I still don't think it's come out because I wanted to read it too. And I was also waiting to read it because I don't think book 2. I think book 2 is gonna come out soon, or maybe it just did. The skull, very clever, and the ice cream and the rocky roads. The little teeth are the marshmallows. I love that. Yeah, I don't think it's on audio.
I really wish it would.
That's how I always check. I go to Audible. If it's on Audible, then it's somewhere. Yeah, and it just came out last year, and book 2 comes out in July, so it's not out yet. I don't like reading first books in a series, so 5 stars. Riley is a travel food blogger and librarian at the CIA. Okay. So travel food blogger and a librarian at the CIA makes a bittersweet return to her childhood home of Penniman, Connecticut, land of dairy farms and covered bridges for a funeral. Despite the circumstances, Riley's trip home is sprinkled with reunions with old friends, visits to her father's cozy bookshop on the town green, and joyful hours behind the counter at the beloved, utterly delicious ice cream shop. It feels like time to help her friend Caroline rebuild after her mother's death, and for Riley to do a bit of her own reflecting after a botched undercover mission in Italy. After all, it's a good to be home.
It's not on Audible.
That's what I thought. But Caroline and her brother Mike have to decide what to do with the assets they've inherited. The ice cream shop as well as the farm they grew up on, and they've never seen eye to eye. Trouble begins to swirl as Riley is spooked by reports of a stranger camping behind the farm and by odd behavior of the shop's mascot, Caroline's snooty Persian Sprinkles. When Mike turns up dead in the barn the morning after the funeral, the peace and quiet of Penniman's seems upend for good. Can Riley find the killer before another body gets scooped? Okay, it's a lot going on in that synopsis.
There is a lot going on in that synopsis.
I've never read the synopsis because I just saw the cute cover and saw ice cream. So I have some questions. Okay. She's a travel food blogger and a librarian at the CIA. She had an undercover mission that went bad in Italy. So she goes back home. Her father owns a cozy bookshop. Then her best friend has a farm and an ice cream shop. So how does is she just like investigating, or does she end up like working at the ice cream shop? I have questions. Wow.
Well, and the funny part is, so when you said CIA, I honestly thought it was going to be Culinary Institute of America.
Oh, no, it says a librarian.
No,
at the CIA.
but she said the failed mission in Italy.
Yeah.
It's definitely the CIA government. But when you said travel blogger and librarian, I thought maybe it was with like CIA, which is like the Culinary Institute, or whatever. But no.
It's her friend's ice cream shop.
All right.
So and I don't want to know because I don't want to be spoiled. So I'm thinking like this is questions to myself. So she end up retiring and staying at the ice cream shop and taking over the farm.
Well, it just makes it more curious to try it and see what it's all about.
There is a lot going on though.
So yeah, no, I don't want spoilers. Maybe she already said something, but I'm gonna have to read this when book 2 comes out. Book 2 comes out in July. So maybe we could do like a buddy read in like June and July or something. Because that sounds very interesting. It doesn't. I was expecting her to work at an ice cream shop.
No.
And we got farm, bookstore, CIA. It's fun.
Yeah, there's a lot. Yeah. Jillian said that's why I was so annoyed because the lack of communication. I literally bought a new car, had to buy a new car in a pandemic because of the car problems. Can't wait to sell it and say good riddance. Ugh, I'm so sorry for the frustration. We have 2 minutes and we're going to do our second sprint. Jarrett said the hold on the book I planned to read hasn't come in yet, so I reread. And then there were none by Agatha Christie for my school pick. She gave it 5 stars. I don't think we need to pull that one up. I think everybody knows Agatha Christie, and particularly that one, the like first ever, like kind of, I shouldn't say first ever, but the locked room mystery idea pretty much was created by that story. These are adorable.
You guys saw the behind the scenes, like what I do.
Nancy said also starting second beach reads for Cozy Read.
Second beach reads mystery.
Is that the Beachfront Bakery?
I don't know.
By Fiona Grace. I like that series a lot.
I had borrowed the audiobook at one point, and I was it must have been my mood. Like it starts off with like the chef yelling at her, and I'm like, oh, I'm not in the mood.
Yes,
I'm sure she leaves that job. But
she does. And I really loved the way they did that story because I think I said it when I was reading it. I'm not giving much away, but like instead of like she's back in her hometown or back wherever she's going to, or moved wherever she's going to be. And you're like, oh, I had to quit because my chef was yelling at me and this happened and this happened. You actually see it happen. You're actually like, feel and witness her life like falling apart.
Yeah, and you get to move with her.
I thought was a really interesting take, and it was done in a like you felt bad for her, but you also could laugh at the absurdity of it. I thought it was really great. So interesting enough, Anita also read Hooked on Murder. I know we're at 25,
but DNF'd it.
DNF'd it. So that was a book we talked about just earlier that people read and liked.
Yeah,
so
Jillian read 4 stars and she DNF'd it.
Yeah. And then another quick note on you get to see it unravel. I've read a book like that. It was book number 1 in the Rose City Mystery by Ellie Alexander or Kate Dyer Seeley. And you get to see her marriage fall apart and her move back with her aunt or grandma. You get to see it happen too. And I was like, oh, that's so unique. And I loved it.
Yeah. I really, really enjoyed it. Oh, I'm so excited for this.
They're out of order because I shuffled. I wanted different characters. Okay, Stephanie, you pick first.
Who?
You pick first because you always.
I want the bellhop. Number 4. Okay, it's actually the lane number 4.
Yeah,
bell-
number 2. Just pick the number. So are also known as a soda bottle.
It's not a soda bottle.
What are the bubbles or dots for?
I don't see bubbles or dots. I just see a bellhop that kind of looks like a genie.
Okay, Storm, you can go.
Number 3.
So the banana, and I'll take astronaut number 1.
Oh wait, okay. So you guys are doing it by number, not lane number.
Yeah,
I was doing lane number. I wanted the witch.
Okay. Well,
Okay.
it's okay. Just say what you want then. So witch, bellhop, and astronaut. Okay, then I'll take banana because
Genie bellhop.
I wanted banana, but I thought Storm picked banana. It's messed up because I shuffled it. Okay, so banana, witch, and bellhop, genie.
Just to let you know, I'm going downstairs to fix something to eat. So.
Okay, I'm gonna get up too. I need to stretch.
And as soon as Wayne comes back, I got to get some more water because I am out, and we will move inside, buddy. All right. Happy reading, everyone.
Cozy for the win. I think she chose the banana. How was
Yeah.
y'all sprints?
Good. I got to 68%. So,
Nice.
and I had an egg and cheese burrito, and then I decided to make me a piece of toast with jelly on it.
Yum. Nice. How was your sprint, Cozy? Hi, Bubba. Hi, baby.
You're on mute, Cozy.
She might be okay. While she's doing that, I got to chapter 14 in A Crafty Crime. I really should finish my audio because I'm at 80-some%, but I'm really into this other book. It is, of course, on ebook. It's a Kindle book, but I am loving it so far. So, and then she'll be getting back with us, and while she is doing that, is trying to find where I am in the chat. Here I am. How was your sprint, Cozy?
I read 2 chapters of Hyacinths and Homicide.
Which series is that?
The Port Danby.
That's right. You said that. Okay,
Yeah.
sorry. Paul said he's going to be doing silent reading sprints tonight. What time are you going to be doing those, Paul? Let us know the time and the time zone. Mr. Francie, I sent him a message asking if he was doing them, but I have not heard from him.
Yeah, because I don't know if he's still at his friend's house or not, because I know, like, what was it, Wednesday, he was at his friend's.
Yeah, he was. Yep.
I think he's busy, so just don't assume it's every Saturday. He'll just let us know when.
Well, he's the one that he actually told me he wanted to do it every Saturday.
Oh, okay.
But
usually he sends us something.
Gone out of town.
Just,
Yeah.
So, but I didn't want to advertise something if he's gone out of town. But he had told me that he's the one that wanted to do them every Saturday. Okay. So Jarrett said, "Oh no, at Hearts and Whodunit. That's the book I'm waiting for." LOL. Oh, because she didn't have to. But you might love it because other people just gave it 4 stars, even in
I gave it 4 stars. As I said, don't ever take somebody's word for it because we never read the same book.
Yeah, because I liked it too. So
Nadine said, "My school pick was Poppy Harmon and the Pillow Talk Killer. I love that series. I give it 4 Goodreads stars, mostly because this series ticks off all of the right cozy boxes for me." I agree. It is, I think it's the 3rd one in the Poppy Harmon series. I don't remember there being. I'm trying to think of where the skull is. I mean, I believe you. I'm just trying to picture it.
I don't know. Pull it up.
Yes. Cozy is pulling it up on Goodreads.
My dog is being a brat.
This series is really fun. It Poppy Harmon is an elderly woman. She starts a detective agency with her 2 friends, her named Violet and Iris. So that's why they call themselves the Desert Flowers Detective Agency. But they have a front man because nobody wants to hire 3 little old ladies. So they have like a young, a guy who wants to be an actor, who's like Poppy's daughter's boyfriend, is like their front man. So people think they're hiring him, but they're hiring. It's very funny. It's very cute. I love it. So what Cozy has pulled up is the very first one, Poppy Harmon Investigates. The series is super fun. Really enjoy it. It's kind of in between the cozy Lee Hollis and the very out there Maya and Sandra series.
Which one did they read?
They read the 3rd one, Poppy Harmon and the Pillow Talk Killer.
It has the skull on a door.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Is it take place in a different era, or is it modern day?
No, it's modern day. I didn't think about it.
Don't look as Golden Girlish as I was picturing when you were talking about that, and what it says there whenever I look at the pictures. You can only see like the back sides of them.
This one's on Kindle Unlimited. Yeah, and for me, for some reason, it looks like it's like the 60s or 50s. There's a skull on book 1 too, and that's also on Kindle
But
Unlimited.
I will say, so for what Cozy said, so the main character again is an older woman, and she was an actress in her prime, which was several decades ago. So, but I think it's contemporary. I don't think
So she might dress like that.
I think she just dresses glamorous because
Yeah.
that's what it is, so it
but
kind
it's
of
very
Right.
funny. And the three main characters are, well, Poppy is the character, but her two sidekicks, the violin artists, they're very different. One of them is oh gosh, she's an immigrant from somewhere, and she's very like no nonsense, and she is hysterical. I love her. It's just a really fun series.
Oh. I was reading Stephanie. Jeez.
Okay, so she gave it 4 stars. Nice, Nadine. I really like that series as well. Have you read her, Lee Hollis? Stephanie G said Scavenger Hunt pick was Trouble on the Books by S.E. Lang. I gave it 2 stars. The writing is good. I just felt a bit bored by it and didn't connect with the story and the characters.
I was trying to see if that's a pen name, but I don't think it is.
I've never heard of this author.
I'm really curious about this book. So there's a skull. Yeah. And it's Castle Bookshop. You never heard of this?
I have, but I forgot. I didn't realize that that's what this was.
Not heard of it, but it sounds interesting.
I don't know. I don't know the exact premise because I probably haven't read the synopsis in a long time. So I'm gonna learn with you guys. Shelby Cox never intended to become a bookseller, so when the former editor returns to her hometown of Alexandria Bay, nestled in upstate New York's breathtaking Thousand Islands region, to take over her aunt's bookstore, she has no idea what to expect. To her amazement, she discovers that she now owns a 50% share in Bayside Books and will also run the store's second location in the majestic castle on nearby Bly Island. But just as Shelby is gearing up for the start of the tourist season, the castle volunteer coordinator is found murdered in the nearby grotto. Castle caretaker Matthew Kessler is suspect number 1, but Shelby thinks the killing may be connected to an earlier era. Blah, 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 blah. Yeah, so.
Okay, it says S.E. Lang, a.k.a. Erica Chase, and Linda Wicken.
Oh.
Linda Wicken. Okay, yeah. Okay, so it is Erica Chase. Does
Erica Chase is familiar too.
Erica Chase does the like a Ashton book club with like a cat on it or something. Oh, okay. And then maybe it's not Ashton. And then Linda Wicken, I'm very excited to read her Dinner Club series. I've bought all 3 on Kindle.
Oh, all right.
The Ashton Corners book.
Ashton Corners. Okay. So you said you felt bored and couldn't connect with story or characters. The writing's good. So I might like it because maybe you were bored because it was slow paced, which I like.
Yeah, everybody likes different things. Leslie said, oh, go. I'm so sorry.
I was just going to say the average is 3.5 stars. Average rating.
I meant, did you want to read the synopsis? I wasn't trying to jump ahead.
Oh, I already read it.
Oh my goodness.
She inherits a bookshop and it's New York. And then the second location is in a castle. There's a castle bookshop too.
See, I think that sounds really interesting.
I do too.
Leslie said, you guys are so nice and welcoming. Finishing up to no good. I like it, but it will take me to book 2 to decide. I'm glad that you feel welcomed. We are glad to have you here. Up to no good was also Lee. Dark Roots Creations Lee.
Yeah.
Her pick. She didn't give me a rating, but she said I really liked it.
Yeah, I think she gave it a 4 if I remember right. And I feel the same way. I need to read book 2 to decide how I feel about it. Because I felt like it was definitely a starter book. I felt like it was a little all over the place in certain aspects, but I enjoyed parts of it too. So yeah, and the skull is in the grilled cheese. I feel the same way because sometimes you can't really form an opinion with.
Oh, for sure. Yeah.
And then the other ones on the Discord channel.
And I have a couple too that sent me messages.
So Hannah read Beyond a Reasonable Doubt by Ellie Alexander.
Love that series.
We've been talking about that series. That's her Sloane Krause. And the skull, at first I couldn't see it. It's in the little like beer dispenser. It's like tiny
skull.
Skull.
A little tiny thing. Yeah.
Yeah. And then Sophia did Follow Me for Murder, which I'll bring up the cover. But she didn't like it, but she finished it because, what did it say?
She wanted to find out who the murderer was.
Yeah, I can't. The book is, I gave 3 stars. It was okay. I hated all the characters, but still wanted to read it till the end to see who the murderer was. And I said, was it a modern/millennial cozy? And she put, yep, because the cover is.
It looks like it.
Very. I don't even know if it's out yet. I think she read it as an arc.
Probably. I got, and Tiffany, I went and got the e-arc of the Under Lock and Skeleton Key. So,
Oh,
so I can try it.
I've been seeing people talk about that, and that looks like a modern millennial too.
Yeah. Well, that's what she was like. You can try that and let me know.
Yeah.
The premise doesn't even sound good to me. I don't know. It's about like the hidden rooms. I don't know.
I like that kind of stuff. So.
I just don't want like 9 out of 10 cozy or 5 out of 10 cozies to be all modern.
Yeah.
So it just came out February 22nd, and the skull is on the phone app right there. That's how you know it's a modern millennial, because it's the phone app. And hashtag Follow Me for Murder. So if you guys are curious about that, read the synopsis. I don't want to support modern cozies, so I'm not going to.
Oh, jeez.
Well, she's a 28-year-old influence and celebrity blogger.
Okay.
I'm done already. So.
All right.
She's like, I'm done.
You guys, someone else could read the synopsis, but like, I'm honestly, like, it annoys me to even look at.
That's okay. I'm not that concerned about. Thank you, Sophia. Nancy's talking about the zombie book. She said she really just picked it to cover her Z.
Yeah,
It was okay. She won't continue it.
Yeah, I figured that's what it was.
On Thin Icing has a skull on the cover. If you look close, is that the L.A. Alexander? Because all the books in her bookshop and her bake shop have a skull. There might be another book called On Thin Icing though, but
yeah, everyone has a skull. Yeah,
knew exactly what you meant, because there's a lot of books I have to read book 2 in before I can make a sound decision. Leslie, absolutely. Anita said 3 stars for me was an okay read. I'm not sure which book she's talking about.
And then somebody already said Crust No One, Bread Shop Mystery number 2. I don't know if that was Susan, but Susan put that. That was her pick too. And what were the ones you had? Someone messaged you?
Yes. Blake said that hers was Top O the Morning by Maddie Hunter. I love this series. It's the Passport to Peril series. It's so good. What did she say? She said she gave it 4.5 stars. It's funny and reminds me a bit of the Jane Austen series with the humor.
Maddie, how do you spell it?
Maddy Hunter.
I was really curious about this series, but only like 6 of them are even available on ebook. Like, they're not available, so I don't get to start it. So
I read it a long time ago, but it's very good if you get the chance to read it.
Yeah, but like, it's probably out of print, so like, even to find all the, like, Libby has some, Amazon has some, but the whole series isn't complete. Like, I couldn't find the whole series. And that's interesting. There's 2 in this isn't the one she read, but in the first book, there's 2 skulls. So there's one with the ice cream dripping and one with the skull and crossbones.
So the main character is a tourist. She gives tours, but she travels to give the tours. Like, she's not like at one location. Like, she schedules trips for like elderly people. Like, you know how like people sign up for trips to their bank?
Yeah.
And she like does the tour guides. Super fun. I love it. And I know Cozy said probably hard to find and even out of print, but if you can get your hands on them, they're very fun.
Like, the Kindle first one's $8.99. I think my library doesn't have the first one, but like my library has like book 12, but Kindle doesn't have. So it's like, I've looked for it because I've heard you guys talk about it.
They're like pocket books, so they got expensive Kindles.
Yeah, and then first one's Switzerland. Yeah, it seems really fun.
It is. It's a lot of fun. It's a good series.
I won't start a series in case I love it and then I can't find it. So I'm like, no, just put it on the back burner. Unless
you can get the mass market paperback cheaper than you can get the Kindle.
Right. That's what I'm saying. And you know how I feel about paperbacks, but maybe they'll re-release it because there's been authors that re-release their series with new covers, new editions. So,
and she actually, if you look at the whole series, there's been several times where I thought this series was done, and there would be several years in between the book and the next book, and then all of a sudden I'm like, oh, she wrote again?
it started in 2003. How many do you think you've read?
I think I read all of them except maybe the very last one.
2003, and then 2018 was the last one.
Yeah, like number 10 was from 2015, and then it jumped to 2018 for the next one.
Yeah, there was several. There were a couple different times where I thought the series was where I really did think it was over.
No, you didn't. You didn't read that one.
Yeah, because like the sixth one was 2007, and then the seventh one was 2012. So yeah, there's big jumps.
I think Libby has this one. Maybe we can find where you are and you could finish it. But
I'm looking at Goodreads right now. I read book 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I have not read. Oh, I've only read to 8.
Yeah, she's changed publishers too because.
Oh yeah, Midnight Ink.
Yeah, Midnight Ink, and then Midnight Ink, I think, went out of business. So
yeah, so
so maybe she can get her rights back and re-release them. But it looks like there's a skull on every single cover, and there's like Australia.
Yeah, each
Norway.
book takes place in a different place.
It looks really like a fun series.
I'm pretty sure 9 through 11 might be on Libby.
I need to look because I've actually read 1 through 7. I thought I'd read more than that. I don't know. I guess I think that I haven't marked them, which is a good possibility also. But I have not read number 8 for sure because I do not remember Body of Evidence as a book. I did not read that for sure.
Out of 12, I think there was like 4 or 5 I couldn't find available on ebook. So
I just want to point out that on my Goodreads it says if you enjoyed this series, you'll enjoy the Country Club series.
Oh, that's funny.
It has the ones on.
And then again, though, Tiffany had different tastes back then, so maybe she wouldn't like this now.
Yeah, you never know.
Yeah, I don't think this one's like. I don't remember it being, but I didn't remember any of the other ones being either. So I just don't know.
Yeah, I was telling her about Dead End Jobs, and she's like, "Really?" I was like, "Yeah." And you said I love this series, and I was like traumatized. I read like 5 books
because so my thing with it was it took place in Florida. It was that like the fun apartment complex, and the landlord was so funny. She was like a retired lady that always wore purple. It was like those sort of things. That's all I remember about the series. When you started telling me, I was like, oh, I don't.
Yeah, so like there's 2. I read the first 2 or 3, and I'm like, oh, this is fun, but there's some aspects I think are crazy. And then I got to like book 4 or 5. I'm like, nope, I can't do it. But yeah, I was hanging on for the aspects too. Yeah,
Well, that's like her reading the first Country Club one. I'm like, I don't remember all that, but then it's like, okay.
Yeah, and what happens. So this is what I talked about. I read books 2 and 3 too, and I talked about the 3rd book for my wedding theme. So this is what Jess said.
I personally did not like this series,
right?
And I do like her Scumble River,
and Scumble River is a very graphic topics too. So that's this is way more cozy than Scumble. I read the first Scumble, and it had a topic, like I enjoyed it because I like edgy, but it was topics I was like, oh, this isn't fluffy cozy. So again, I don't think you'd like Scumble River if you came back to it.
Well, and it's really old. Like it's an old series, but this one, and I do like her other series because I really liked the first book in her Call to Charms, which is the only book she's written in this series. I'm hoping that she writes another one because it was really a good first book in a series. This one, I don't know what it was. I think it may even be the premise, like the whole right.
Well, I felt
for the college, and I don't know.
But then remember, I felt the same way. So I read this in September of 2018, and that was the year I went exclusively to cozies. So before that, I hadn't read that many cozies. 2018 is when I started reading them exclusively, and I wasn't a fan. I think I gave this 1 or 2 stars. For whatever reason, I've been reading Devereaux Dime Store by Denise Swanson, and I really like the writing. And so I'm like, I see skulls, and I see a wedding theme. I'm like, okay, I'm gonna try book 2, but I'm like, I need to reread book 1. And my reread of book 1, I give it 4 stars. So I think what you might not have liked is there is dual perspective. So dual point of
Oh.
view. It is a college town. I don't like that.
I don't like
And
that either.
there's different plots throughout. So like there's more than one central plot. So it's a mystery. It's a book you have to pay attention to. It's layered writing. But I actually love that now. So I think when I first started, I didn't like it. And then I end up, overall, I give the series 4 or 5 stars. Like I really enjoyed it.
Okay.
I wish there was more books. So you might feel differently now, or maybe you feel the same way. But it was really interesting to see within the span of like 4 or 5 years how different my tastes were.
Right. And Justice said she has about 12 chapters left in it. So we'll be interested to see what you think.
Yeah, are you enjoying it? And this, it's on Kindle Unlimited if anybody's curious and wants to try it.
This was, so Mel gave her book. I can't remember what her book was. She gave it 2 stars.
Syrah, the wine one by Nancy
Oh,
Farah.
yep. Okay. So she said, I gave it a 2, mostly because I thought the characters were boring. And the main character was
Too stupid to
too
live.
stupid to live.
I was going to see if you knew what that one was.
You know what? As soon as she said 2, I was like, oh, too stupid to live. Which is something that annoys me. So, okay. And even worse, she made the police seem even stupider. She's an idiot and running circles around the idiot cops. Oh, that would bother me. Okay.
But that makes me like Storm. That makes me curious to read it because I want to see if I feel the same way.
2 stars for me are not so bad that I refuse to continue the series, but not much better than that. Luckily for me, my 2-star books so far aren't in really long series. Gotcha.
Yeah, except weren't you the one that read The Cheese Shop?
Yeah.
Like binged it and you gave
like 2 stars all through it, but she's still
Oh,
see, that's what I mean. I don't.
It's that, Jesse. Your picture is different.
Yes, I didn't realize it was either.
Yeah.
5 stars means I absolutely loved, and 1 star or 0 means I absolutely hated.
Yeah.
Gotcha. 1 for me is I hated it. 2 stars is poor for me. 3 is mediocre. Okay. Hi, Regina. It's good to see you. 5 stars means I absolutely loved it.
You already read that.
Yep. 5 stars are favorites. 4 stars are ones I really like a lot, but they're not an absolute favorite. 3s are ones that I like, but they are lacking something that doesn't bring them to a 4-star level. Makes sense? Regina said, oh, she read Put Out to Pasture too. Okay. She wasn't crazy about the first book in the series.
Oh, no, it's just I have Put Out to Pasture.
Oh, I have Put Out to Pasture, which is the second book in the Amanda Flower series, but she wasn't too crazy about the first. Gotcha.
Yeah, I feel like on Discord, a lot of people give out 4s and 5s, and I feel like I'm more stingy with them. So that's why I like to just give an overall feeling of the book.
Yeah, well, even with you, I like it when you just say, you say it was okay, or I liked it. You don't have to give a star rating, but I just kind of like to.
That's what I've been doing, and I wish people would do that. I wish people would do what I started doing, where they tell me their opinion. But some people do; they'll be like 3 stars because blah 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 blah. I like that because your 4 stars different than my 4-star, vice versa. So I would prefer for people to give a star and like their brief feelings.
Yeah. Yes. Amish Candy is probably I'm looking forward to Put Out to Pasture, saving it for fall. Regina said, oh, you did read Murder in G Major. Yeah, I really liked it too. I was just so surprised.
How many books are in that series?
I don't know, maybe 2 or 3, but I am definitely going to read number 2. I enjoyed it. I liked it.
And it was on audio?
Yes. Yep. Stephanie said, I read Murder in G Major. I liked it. It was Gethsemane. I thought so.
Gethsemane.
Yes. I think it's Gethsemane. Brown. And I liked it a lot. The music series is on my list, Tiffany, but don't know when I'll get to it. It's pretty fun. I read Murder in G Major. I did enjoy it for the most part, but not my favorite. I liked book 2 as much as book 1, Row.
And then Needlecraft by Monica Ferris. Okay. Good to know.
She had been offered the position of assistant conductor, but then it went to the guy. That's what it is.
Oh, okay.
To the guy's girlfriend, which is how she ended up working at the school. I knew it was something where she didn't get a job or something like that. And so she took this job. It was, it's good. I was just so shocked. I've never read a cozy with that many, where basically the lady's like a serial killer or the person. I'm like, what in the world? Plus she lost her luggage.
Love the Monica Ferris. I never read Fantasy until this year, and I'm surprised at how much I'm loving it. Ugh, he was so scared because of the motorcycle. There's a motorcycle in my neighborhood, and whenever they start it and they like get it, like, you know, they have to run the engine for a while to like warm it up.
Yeah.
He is a scaredy cat, like Mama. But yes, he also likes camera time. Don't let him fool you. Partners in Lime by Bree Baker is my school read. 5 stars. Love this series so much. It's Calves. All right.
It took me a second to see the skull. It's iced tea spilled with the lemons and then on the top. Yeah. At first I was like, where is it? This series has very clever skull placements. I put an example in our scavenger hunt chat where there was 2. There was one, and I was like, can you find them? And I put the little spoilers. And a lot of people couldn't find the second one at first glance. And then some people did. I'm hit or miss with this series. I really liked book 1. And I am on book 5 now. And I've listened to this series on audio, and I get a different feel when I listen compared to when I read. So I haven't picked up any more. So let's see. 4 stars, 3 stars, 3 stars, 3 stars. Okay, so that's still good.
Want to read list.
Yeah, so that's still good for me. But I hear everybody rave about this, and I'm like, how come everyone loves it? And I think it's just okay. So 3 is a good for me. So it's better than okay, but it's good. And I've been waiting for book 5 to come out on audio, and it hasn't. But book 6 just came out on audio, so I'm like, why they skipped 5? So and it's Julianne Lindsay, if you guys didn't know. And when Tiffany interviewed her, she talked about this series with such passion. Like, she loves this series. She's so connected to it. Books, what was it? 7 was the final book. She got to wrap it up. She did like all these epilogues. She was so passionate about this series. I'm like, okay, I need to give another try, but I need to read it this time. So I want to read book 5 and then book 6 and 7 and without listening to it, because I'll probably get a different feel. Because while I've enjoyed it, I'm not in love with it. And I want to, because I love the idea of an iced tea shop and all. Yeah. And because everybody, like, they're all 4s. Like, every book is at least a 4-star rating, except 3.97. So yeah, I do really want to continue. Yeah, I think Tiffany felt the same way. You messaged me before too, saying it was like you enjoyed it, but you don't see the hype of it, right?
I don't. It's probably my least favorite series by her. But when I did my, and so therefore I still like it.
Right, I do too. I do too.
Probably my least favorite, and what got me thinking, like, am I missing something? And I did message Cozy that is because when I did my where would you start or where would you
with Cozy Mysteries.
No, not where would you start.
Like settings or something.
Yeah.
Favorite small town settings.
Small town settings or something like that. Yeah. Tons of people said this series. Like, I think out of the 10 people, probably 6 people said it. And I'm like, what in the world am I missing?
Right. And so we both have the opinion that we like it, but it's not a favorite. But the way she talked about it, it makes me, like I said, I get a completely different experience listening to something than reading with my eyes. And I've listened to 1 through 4. So I want to try reading 5 and see how I feel. Because I love The Christmas Tree Farm. I've liked everything else I've read by her. So, and that's the first book, Live and Let Try. It's currently on Kindle Unlimited if you guys are interested.
The narrator for that one is the same narrator for the Virgin River series that I read. So I'm kind of curious about reading a romance and reading a like cozy mystery and seeing how they're going to be like listening to it.
Yeah. And so the main character owns a iced tea shop, and it's in what is that place called? Outer Banks.
Outer Banks. Yeah.
Yeah.
North Carolina. North Carolina. Or South Carolina. North Carolina.
I can't find it. One of the Carolinas. I know. I
think it's North Carolina.
I'm really excited to continue because I feel like I'm missing something or I'm not getting the full experience. But it's okay to not love everything either.
Yeah,
absolutely. Paul said it is good so far. He's talking about the John Saul book. Black Lightning is like a mystery horror that I'm reading for March Mystery Madness. Nice, Paul. Hi, Jane. It's good to see you. Oh, Sky of Books. Hello. Welcome. We are glad you're here. She said her skull on the cover was Kingdom of the Wicked series.
Yeah. That's a
No wonder.
series that I have on my want to read list that I have.
I'm assuming it's fantasy.
Yes, yeah, I'm guessing that's not
Yeah.
cozy.
It's not cozy.
And then we're gonna just kind of speed through stuff because we're an hour behind on comments.
Okay.
Ooh, yeah. Cute cover, but minus the snake.
She
James
gave it 5
Patterson
stars.
presents. Is that like
She said it was
James
amazing.
Patterson's publishing company or something?
Kind of like it's, yeah. Kind of like the Rick Riordan presents has.
I mean, it's definitely a mystery fantasy because 2 sisters, 1 brutal murder, a quest for vengeance, intoxicating
okay.
romance. You gave it 5 stars. That's awesome.
All right. Well, she left
Bev,
it.
fun note. Bev read it and gave it 4 stars.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. It's on my like want to read list. So.
Thanks, Sky. Regina said I wasn't crazy about Rocky Road to Ruin. Rocky Road to Ruin is not on
Yeah.
Audible.
Very curious about that.
What's that?
I'm very curious about that book now because that's
Leanna.
nothing like I expected it.
She's Cornflower said I'm excited to read Rocky Road to Ruin. I found the CIA angle unbelievable. She used to work at the ice cream shop when she was a teenager.
Okay.
That makes sense, Regina.
Yeah.
Thank you. Jarrett said, "Is that a banana?" Okay, so we're getting the numbers.
Yeah,
Let me
so
skip
all
these.
those.
If you picked the banana, congratulations, you won.
I did.
Nancy said, "Little Bookshop of Murder, first beach reads mystery on Hoopla by Maggie Blackburn."
Oh, okay.
I'm using for Alphabet Challenge. Enjoyed the first 3 stars. Gotcha.
Yeah, I had that on my TBR for last month, and I shared it, and I didn't get to it. And so Nancy saw it. She said, "Oh, I want to try it." I still
More
haven't read
people picking stuff. And then Annie said her scavenger hunt pick was Pranks and Potions by Julia Cody, a Mira Michaels novel. And I have not heard of this one either.
Me neither.
I like the title though.
It amazes me whenever Cozy says she hasn't heard of something.
Well, I was like, it's a KU, and there's so many KU. So if it's traditionally published, 9 out of 10 times I know it. If it's KU, it's. Oh, so she read this book 1 is Cats and Kidnapping. Cute. And she read number 3. They are a little black cat. So the one that she read, the little skull bottle is a little poison. Oh,
that's got such a cute cover.
Is it? No, but maybe that's just book 3. I just want to see. Dream of fixing up. Oh, I need to read book 1 synopsis. I want to be spoiled. I want to see what the premise is. She moves out of, Mira Michaels finally calls her old life quits. She moves out of her psychic sister's house and is on the road to her new life. Her trip to Pennsylvania starts simply, even if her cat Arnold can't stop backseat driving. She refuses to accept that she can hear his kitty voice until the radio refuses to work. Then at a rest stop, she witnesses the catnapping of a sweet kitty that Arnold has a crush on. Mira promises to chase the catnapper across the Northeast. And Catherine she must meet her realtor at a new house. Okay, so her sister's a psychic, and she's probably a disbeliever right now. She's becoming one, and she can hear her cat. I'm on that Timid TBR.
Annie, what did you rate this? I have to know.
Yeah, it's 82 pages. Okay, so this is what I call a filler read, and I love to do this on KU. In between books, I love to pick up like a novella, like short cozy. So I'm adding that to my TBR.
Hey Hannah, she said she's eating Pop-Tarts and starting Crime of Passion Fruit on audiobook, which is part of the Bake Shop series by Ellery.
I think I like that one.
That's one of my favorites in the series.
Is that like where she's back on the cruise? Yeah. Yep. And then you said you wanted more psychic series, Tiffany.
I know. I'm going to put it on my TBR. Thank you for sharing that, Annie. It sounds really fun.
Yeah, it's 82 pages, so it's something fun and quick.
Yeah, the second one's a little longer than that one. So.
Oh, okay.
People are just saying where they're from because I was saying I had to move inside because it was starting to rain. And then Stephanie said she finished Death on the Vine and gave it 3 stars, but she thinks it was more her mood than the book.
That happened.
Read about 6%. Paul said, sorry, I'm a slow reader. Only got 2 chapters read. You don't need to apologize. And 2 chapters is good.
Sometimes I'm very slow. Other times I'm fast.
Yeah.
Not everybody is a Hannah in this group.
Yeah.
Right. 17 pages. Nice. Congratulations. 21 pages, 8%, 7%, 5%. Only 45 minutes left. Nice. A few pages in my Kindle. That's awesome, Melissa. Not sprints, just reading our own books. It will be 9 p.m. Eastern. Oh, I might be able to be there for half an hour, but then the pumpkin carts. Just saying. Almost done with the wine book. I refuse. Susan G. The MC in this series is so sarcastic, but not in a nasty way. At least I don't think so. I love it because I'm the kind of sarcastic she is. Oh my gosh, I've already forgotten what series.
Yeah, please remind me now because I love sassy characters.
I love sarcastic. I do too.
Is that the Sarah one that she was talking
about? Maybe she's talking about the book she's currently reading. Because if
maybe.
not, then it's that. Yeah, because she's saying she loves it. Another one, she didn't like the character. She remember the character was like too dumb to live or something. Or was that somebody else? I don't know.
No, I think that was her, but I don't remember what she's reading.
Yeah, Annie, that sounds so fun.
It sounds really fun. I think you sold a lot of people. Got 8% read. Paul just says hi. I've read S.E. Lang's Castle Bookshop series. I liked the first two, but thought the third one wasn't as good as the first two. Shay said, I read like 2% of my audiobook and almost fell asleep. It's not a cozy though. Gotcha. I got distracted during the last sprint looking at Goodreads. Happens to me all the time. I still liked book 3, but not as much as 1 and 2. Just kind of about the castle.
Melmax reading The Quick and the Thread.
Oh, okay.
Gotcha. And then this is Jane's skull prompt. She said that she read Skeleton Paints a Picture and 5 stars.
Okay, so this is a series I don't know why I haven't gone back to. I just feel like I got to be in a certain mood.
Here's the thing with that one.
Yeah.
The book 5 cover is completely different.
Oh, yeah. I'll show you where it takes off. So book 1 is Skeleton in the Family. If you're not familiar with it, there's a skeleton named Sid. He's an actual skeleton, walking, talking skeleton. He's been in the main character's family ever since she was little. She's now in her late 30s and she has a teenage daughter. She's a college professor but it's the adjunct one, where you're not like full-time or whatever it's called. And she's staying at her family home, childhood family home while her parents are on sabbatical. And her teenage daughter doesn't know about Sid. So Sid lives at her parents' home up in the attic. So her teenage daughter doesn't know about Sid. And she's trying to keep it hidden because, her best friend's a skeleton. It's weird. And Sid, he loves to read Harry Potter. He goes on the internet. They act like it's a normal thing. And in book 1, you get to learn how Sid became a skeleton. So he's like the murder victim. And it's really cool because he doesn't know. He just like woke up one day like this. And it's definitely cozy mystery. It's different. The writing was amazing. I absolutely loved it. 5 stars. One of the first best books in a series. I just haven't continued because it's that thing where you love something so much, you're kind of scared to see. And now that we know how Sid became a skeleton, I'm like, okay, so now how is book 2 going to be different? So yeah, 2 and 3, the covers like that. And then you get to 4, 5, and 6, and the covers are a different style.
2 different publishers.
Oh, is it? Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And it's a completely
different Berkeley. Yeah. It was one of the Berkeleys that probably got dropped.
Yeah, it dropped at book 3, and then they continue. And it's one of Cortagnus's favorite. There's 6 books. So I'm excited to. So that's on. I don't know if that's Jane's first book because she reads out of order, but I'm excited to continue the series. I just, for whatever reason, haven't picked it up.
Regina's reading Caramel Pecan Roll Murder by Joanne Fluke. No schools. Regina, I'm going to be starting that as soon as I have it on ebook. So I'm going to be starting it as soon as I finish the first book of Finish Crafty Crime.
I can't believe you're going to read it on ebook. I could never. I have to listen to it.
I picked it as far as my M&M game.
Yeah, but you could pick something else. Because, have you ever read any, or did you? No, you did used to read them, right? Before
I used to read most of them. Yeah, it's only in the last few years they did audio.
Yeah, I couldn't. And I read somebody's bullet point breakdown. There was 30 or 40 bullet points, exactly what happened in the book. And so I basically feel like I've read it, and I have no need to read it. But I'm curious to see what you think of it, and then I'll pick it up. But I'm in no rush. Because the shocking thing to me, I'm like, okay, whatever. So we'll see. But the points they made were hilarious. Once you read the book, I'll have to send you the review I read.
Yeah, totally.
Because it's like exactly what we think, like
Oh.
point by point, bullet points. It was hilarious.
Yeah. Regina, what are you thinking of it? And then Mel said, we talked about the Chef to Go series before when I recently read it. I liked it, but I think you and I had the same issue. We didn't like the main character a whole lot.
Right.
Which
and then, but then I started to really like her. Yeah.
To quote my friend Alan from the Library of Alexandria, I am a 5-star bit. Okay. Sherry said, if I DNF a book, book one, I do not continue a series. I just have too many other books.
Right.
Absolutely.
And I think I don't know if I've ever DNF a series and continue with book 2. I'm not sure.
I have not. But I try not to DNF book ones because there's so much that could change between book 1 and 2. And even just, I try not to.
Right.
And really the only time I DNF a book 1, like It Takes Two to Mango, is because I thought it was problematic. Like, I don't want to read somebody who is that hateful and mean and ugly in cozies. I don't care if she grew. I'm happy she did, but she's fictional and I don't want that in my cozy.
You're the same as me. If it's like you're offended by it, like the Yellow Rose by Leanne Sweeney, which you end up finishing, I end up DNFing.
I would have DNF'd it too because you and I talked about it, but I was
you were so close,
or something like that.
Yeah.
I'll let one of you guys read Bear Witness that I DNF'd and let me know.
Oh my god. Okay, so I was so excited about that. And I was like, Storm is hit or miss. Storm either loves something or hates something. And I'm like, her opinion's totally different than mine. But I looked on Goodreads and there's a lot of bad reviews. Did you see that?
I know. I looked on it after I thought I don't really like this. And I was like, oh.
Yeah, there's because I'm like, maybe it's just Storm being Storm. But I'm like, there's a lot of bad reviews. No, I'm going to try it. I'm very
that take place in Alaska.
Yeah, I'm very
curious. Well, that was like the thing is like, that was like the reason I got it to begin with was because it was
and then a lot of things that people think are boring, I think are good. So I'm curious. So yeah, I was like really surprised about the
writing style to me, I think was my problem. That's why I was like, I want somebody else to read it and see.
Is it first person or third person?
I think it's first person.
Okay, because if it's third, I don't even know if I want to try.
I don't even pay attention. See, that's why I was
like,
to me, it I don't even think about it. So whenever somebody asks me if a book is first person or third person, I'm like,
yeah, no, I'm so excited for it. Curious to see if it'll come out on audio too.
And then Mel said, yeah, she continued that she stopped because she rated all those like,
okay,
yeah. But she said that the main character was okay and she liked the mystery and stuff. So
where the person kept bopping. The person.
That's the one where people kept touching noses and like weird like touches and stuff. Yeah. Regina said, I rarely give out star ratings, but give my overall opinion of the book. If I give a star rating, it means I really, really, really liked it.
Yeah.
Sorry, Mel. My big issue is I didn't like the main character, her assistant, sidekicks. Yeah.
Okay. On the wine one. Okay.
Paul said 1 star is hated, 2 stars it was bad, 3 stars it was good, 4 stars great, 5 stars excellent. Gotcha.
I looked at Bear Witness and it's in first person, so you're okay.
Okay, good.
I think I gave 5 of the books 3 stars and 2 of the books 2 stars. The ones I got 2 stars had weaker mysteries and not enough appeal otherwise to balance it out.
There's so many series I need to read faster.
I know.
Same here.
I feel the same way.
Because like 80% of what I want to read is not available on audiobook. So it's like, and I'm way slower compared. Well, I'm way slower compared to audio, but
for sure, me too. Yes, I'm enjoying Heart of Darkness, but on audio, I don't like the narrator and it drags me out of the audiobook. Gotcha.
I listened to the whole series. Maybe try speeding it up because I know some narrators, I don't like their voice, but then if I speed it up just a tiny bit more, it's like, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
like
I have
drag.
to Joanna Parker.
Yeah.
See, Regina, she says, I love the Brie Baker.
Yeah.
I'm so sad that it's ending. See, I don't know, but she won the entire collection over Christmas. That is awesome,
wow.
Regina.
Yeah. That's why I'm like, I got it. And like I said, my tastes have changed. My tastes changed within a year. So
for sure.
I've got to try that series because I like, you guys are like, it's okay. Yeah. And I want to know what I feel like.
And sometimes what we are like, meh, you're like, oh, I loved it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Paul said, I can't do audio or ebooks. I need to have the book in my hand. Yeah, I don't do any published books anymore, but it's an I thing for me. So
Yeah, I'm a digital reader, and yeah.
I prefer. Regina said she prefers a book in her hands too.
I used
Paul.
to be that way. I was like, oh, I'll
Me
never do
too.
ebooks, and now I'm like, I
Yeah,
tried to read an ebook, and it was horrible.
It's
Or
funny
audio or
because
paperback.
like I used to love reading like the actual books, and I don't know if it's just older in my eyes or what, but whenever I was doing all my retro ones, I was like, man, it's giving my hand carpal tunnel
It's
holding it open,
hard.
and I
It's
was
hard.
like, my eyes, I can't focus.
Yeah, I was like, my eyesight isn't even that bad. I can't even imagine poor Tiffany with. I have single vision. I'm not a bifocal or anything. I just have astigmatism, and but like, I was like this, and then the page, like, you can't make the font bigger, you can't make the lighting different. I
Yeah.
was like, and then like you have to go like this to see some of the words because the paperback's all
Yeah,
tight. I'm like,
yeah.
And one things that I would laugh at too was I'm like, I can't just push on the word definition.
Yeah, I was like legit, like I was like, oh, I missed my thing. Okay, North Carolina.
That's what I thought. And then she said that's her home state. And then Paul said he's in South Carolina. Sherry said it's a beautiful day, so I'm going to say goodbye and take Darla for a walk and visit some free little libraries. See everyone later. Bye, Sherry. Thanks for stopping
I
in.
just recently learned that we have a free little library in my town, and now I need to go investigate.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Put it in one of your
said,
vlogs.
I have to go see on the Discord people saying bye. There are 4 books, I believe, in the Gethsemane. See, that's the problem. And if I have it in front of me, Gethsemane Brown mystery series, and I really hope there are more. Alexia has a podcast too. Oh, she has a podcast. Okay.
Oh.
Embroidery series by Amanda Lee.
Love it.
This is the last one, and then I'm gonna hop to this. Embroidery series with the sarcastic main character. Okay, that is awesome to know because I love sarcastic.
I love how the author's writing, the way they mix cozy with the mystery, like the personal life with the mystery is the best.
These might be some of my favorites besides the food.
The
toys and the food are my favorite.
So cute.
Storm, I don't think you've picked first.
The little army man.
Cozy.
The teeth.
I will take a unicorn, of course. All right, everyone. Happy reading. See you when we get back.
Yay.
Teeth for the win.
Yeah.
That's 2 in a row for Cozy, I think. How was your guys' sprints? Y'all sprints?
I'm on chapter 22 of 30 something, so I'm getting there.
Excellent.
I'm at 81%, so I'm doing good.
Oh, nice. What were you reading again?
Escape from Mr. Limoncello's library. It's
Is that? Oh, okay, cool.
It's got like puzzles and stuff that the kids got to guess to try to get out of the library.
Okay.
Oh, cool. I think I'm at chapter 15. I started watching a YouTube video and then I fell down yeah.
And then I think we're at Jane. Yeah.
I'm almost finished listening to The Secret Adversary. I'm going to look into the skeleton series, the Lee Perry. Nice.
You did read it in order.
The Family Skeleton in order. So she has read the review. You are going to enjoy it so much.
I think she's talking about Hannah.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Skeleton series is completely ridiculous and silly, but it works for me. Nice, Leslie.
Have you tried it? Have you tried it? Because it's not ridiculous. And you would think it's cheesy and corny, but it's not. The tone is completely serious, and you just accept that he's a skeleton in the way it's written. So,
Jared said, "I have to go. Bye, everyone. I'm glad I got to play for a while. My Amazon wish list is overflowing." Well, we are so glad that you made it. Have a great day. Thanks for coming. Anita just said bye. Paul says, I have the first book of Family Skeleton series, just haven't read it yet. Nice, Paul.
Yeah, it's definitely not horror, but it has a skeleton.
I was sad to hear about Bear Witness. I also have an arc of it.
Yeah, see, I had an arc too, so that's why I was like,
but you might like it.
Yeah, that's why you need to read it so you can let me know.
Right. Yeah.
Regina said the latest Hannah Swinton is so much better than the last few books. I've heard that from everybody. The inner dialogue is gone. Thank you. That makes me feel 10 times better.
That's why I said she got a
infinitely better and really reminds me of her earlier books in this series. I'm so excited to hear that. And I'm so excited that her dialogue is gone.
That's good. I just think I'm going to go unbiased because I'm going to be like, okay, there's going to be this and whippersnapper cookies and this person can't cook and like, you know what I mean? I'm going to go in with, so I want to be proved wrong.
Cajun said she agrees with Regina. I've heard that from a lot of people that it's really different. I give the Mirror Michael 3.5. I like the previous one and the Christmas one better than the pranks. And Arnold makes some pretty funny wisecracks. Nice.
That was the cat.
The cat one,
yeah.
That one sounds really funny, Annie. Thank you for sharing that.
And it's really short, so that's good.
Cornflower said, Paul, I prefer holding a book in my hands. I'll never read an ebook. I realize I'm in the minority.
No, a lot of people prefer physical books.
I like reading them. I'm just finding out that my body parts don't like them so much.
And that's me too. I quit reading them because of my eyes, and I went to all ebook, and then my eyes started going even more wonky. So then I started doing audio book, but I used to only do physical for sure.
Though I do know they have those things that like got the little prongs that you can hold on.
Yeah, I was telling you about those.
I'm thinking about investing in something, but I have a little bit of carpal tunnel, and so it was really starting to hurt reading the.
I think you can get them for pretty cheap. The little wood bookmarks.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's called like thumb bookmark or something.
Yeah,
you put your finger there, so like it spreads the pages out.
Regina had to head out. Thanks, Regina. Have a great day. Mel said, Paul, me too. I need a print book. I can deal with ebooks, but I'd rather not if I can help it. Use them for travel convenience and ebook only novellas. Cannot do audio. Sets my teeth on edge. Gotcha.
And I used to be against audio, and now I love it. Well, I don't.
Yeah,
love
I used to never read audio ever.
Yeah. I don't love it, but it's convenient. It like doubled and tripled my reading.
I can't hold books in my hands anymore, but I have a book holder. This is what she's talking about, Storm. I put it on the table. Mm-hmm. I'm on the hunt for a good pillow type holder. There are a lot of bad ones on Amazon.
I have a Flippy. I could go grab it. I don't know how it works for physical books. Like I think you might have to put like something to hold it, but it's great for like a Kindle. It's like a foam pillow block, and it has 3 different edges, and you turn it for whatever is the angle is more convenient for you. I love it.
Oh, okay.
Do you want me to go grab it to show you guys? Okay.
Mel said, but that's why it's good. There's different formats of books. Absolutely. That's absolutely why it's good. There's different formats. And then Lee just got here. Hi, Lee. On the last chapter of Secret Adversary, only a few minutes left. Ooh, you are so close. 27%, 10% of Christmas Candy Corpse while I set up March. What? What are you setting up?
Her bullet journal.
Thank you.
Bojo bullet journal. Yeah.
No idea.
I know the lingo.
Home for lunch, eating a chicken wrap, hoping to read and nap a little. Nice. Laza Goes Room said 45 pages of Arsenic and the Azaleas, 17 pages in perfect timing. I was reading the last sentence in the chapter I was on when the sprint ended. That's perfect. And then Cozy, do you have that thing?
Yeah. So you want to take down the comment? So it's called a flippy, and it's foam, and a bit sturdy. And so there's different ledges, and they're each a different angle. So depending on how you're reading, I don't have a paperback to try it, but you put that there, and then when you open it, so I don't even have to use my hands. The only thing I use is the page to turn it. And you set it on your lap in bed. You can sit on the chair. You can sit on the counter. So like I said, I'm not, maybe look for reviews to see how people do it with physical books. But I love it for hands-free reading.
Nice. 17 pages. Oh, that's what I just read. Justice said, I wouldn't necessarily say that Heart of Darkness is dragging. It's just not as fast-paced as Diamond Rings Are Deadly Things.
It's a more layered plot. Yeah.
I'm still going to read Bear Witness. Me too. I'm just lower my expectations. Gotcha. I'm still definitely going to read it. And then Mel said, Storm, your hair looks really nice down. I like it down too. It works for me because I love it. I read the entire series. That's awesome. Nice. Leslie, really people saying hi. I'm on chapter 20 of Let It Sew.
Nice. Is that the first book?
No, So Deadly is the first book. I think this is way further in the series. But I can't remember for sure. I can't remember.
I think what's making me hesitant to read book 2 of The Skeleton is it's a play theme. There's a Shakespeare play for the daughter, and Sid gets to play the skull that's in the Hamlet or whatever. And so Tiffany would love that, but I think that's why I'm hesitant.
I would love that.
I don't like theater stuff.
Oh my God, that's my favorite thing. Susan G, maybe the Joanne Fluke team has been hearing negative reviews. I mean, they've been around for a while, so.
Or maybe she got a new ghostwriter.
That's what I keep saying.
Mel said, Road, the book holder looks like something I saw on Shark Tank. I have a Flippy. Yeah. I love it. I use it with 2 different size tablets and my phone. Nice. Yeah. We are finally caught up on the comments. Woohoo. We did it.
Yeah.
Cozy, thanks for showing your Flippy. I could make it work with some kind of stretchy strap.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Put some type of band over it. It's really great. That my grandma got one, and hers is a little different. I think that's the original, and there's a newer style one. It's just the shape is a little different. I sure likes it too. Number 7. Okay.
Number 7. Okay.
One of my own most anticipated, but it's just so long, and I'm like, oh.
My favorite series. It is.
I've been getting FOMO so bad, and I never get FOMO, and I'm getting it so bad. Every time somebody talks about a series, I'm like, okay, that's gonna be my next thing, and then 3 hours later, I'm like, okay, now I want to read this. So,
I get it. Oh, the weather outside is frightful. So make yourself something warm and delightful. But as long as you love me so, thank you for that. That was pretty funny. Okay, so I'm going to assume that Mr. Francie is still out of town. As far as reading sprints, unless we hear differently, I don't think he's going to do them. Paul is doing them tonight sometime around, around 9 p.m. at Eastern. He's doing reading sprints of some kind on his channel live. And then Wednesday we'll be back here for the normal Wednesday sprints. And then Saturday for the normal live. It will be a general live, right?
I thought we would talk about March Mystery Madness.
We can do that. March Mystery
So
Madness sounds
how
good.
your month's going, and you
Yeah,
read
how
those
you're
through
applying
out.
your 2x2s.
Right. If you end up talking to Elizabeth, maybe ask if she wants to join us.
Yeah.
And then the 19th. Okay. So in case you've missed it, we're doing a series read along. It's a trilogy. Book 1 is To Helvetica and Back by Paige Shelton. It's a dangerous type mystery. It's available on audio and ebook and physical. And so if you want to join in the discussion for that, it will be spoilers because you can't really talk about a book without spoilers because we're all going to be reading it. So that's on the 19th. So you need to have it done by Saturday 19th to come talk about it. If you haven't read it, then wait to watch the live. And then the 26th
Unless you don't care about spoilers.
Right, in case you don't care. And then the 26th is we're only doing one scavenger hunt pick for March just because we were behind. And that is the title is a pun you like. So basically any cozy mystery.
I love it. Love it.
That's our month.
Yes. And then so Wednesday we'll be back. Oh, I forgot. And then Friday night, either Lee or Storm will be hosting the Friday night sprints. Storm switched me this week because I did not have a voice on Wednesday. That's the reason.
We won't be able to do them anymore. So it's either just gonna be me or if you want to switch with me every now and then.
Okay. Okay.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, because Lee's got it. Okay. And then I don't think I'm missing anything. There's lots of great stuff in March. As far as on YouTube, and Lee's doing the Goodfellas, and then of course March Mystery Madness, which we'll talk about next Saturday. Tiffany
and then Lee asked Storm if she finished night shift.
I was waiting for her to get to the comment and she skipped it.
Oh, I'm sorry. Storm, have you finished Night Shift?
No, I haven't, but I'm about 32% in. But I was wanting to finish another book, and I figured I could get this one finished today, so I decided to do it.
Gotcha. I'm so sorry. I did not mean to.
And then Susan has a flippy too. Do you use it with physical books? And then Tiffany, do you have any spotlights coming up? I've been missing those. Are you planning any? Or
I would like to get back to them, but it's just been
busy. Yeah.
Well, with doing 2 videos a week, they're kind of like sometimes they're structured. Like I have to do the wrap up week because it's at the beginning of the month, so I have to do my wrap up for February, and then I have to do my M&M game. So that's like the 2 videos for the week. But yes, I have a spotlight kind of in mind, and
maybe back when April gets here, you can get
right.
As long as they're in mind, then yeah.
I have lots. Yes.
And yesterday, I screenshot it. I was going to tell you I found a Kindle Unlimited series that has like 20 something books. That's all Amish mystery themed.
Oh,
so I'll have to share that with you.
That is awesome. Mr. Francie is currently typing me, so I'm trying to wait for his reply. Like it's literally, how it shows like somebody
the little dots
sending me a message. So he's sending me a message. I'm just trying to see what.
Hi, Ann.
Hi. We're actually just wrapping up, sadly. How's your dad been doing, Storm?
What?
How's your dad been doing?
Pretty good.
Yeah.
Good. So really quick, hi Ann. Really quick. So Mr. Francis said this week's sprint is going to be on Jessica's channel from Lady Lovestead Reads, but he will not be there because he's not feeling well.
Oh no.
Feel better.
No.
Tom, we hope he feels better. Who's the person he said doing sprints tonight?
Jessica
Paul
from Lady Lovestead Reads. If she's doing it at the same time, that would be at 6 p.m. Eastern. The same. So
Lady Lovestead Reads, and then I think Lee was asking tonight. I think it's Paul reads books.
Yep, he's doing it at 9.
PRB, but he 9. Okay. And then you guys can always I just search reading sprints and then pick on live. Like there's always some going on. And then
if I look up YouTube on my computer, it always has like if they're my friends or something, they always pop up like ones that are having like lives on them.
Yeah, I've discovered some channels before just by doing lives reading sprints. They might not read the same stuff I do, but
I'm doing a update with Ellie Alexander. I think it's the first Sunday in April. She's going to talk about her like new her new publishing house, The Sweet Lemon, and her new book, and all of her other new books, because she's got one coming out in every series. And then all her new stuff. So I'll be interested in hearing about the publishing house. I think that's really neat, and what they plan on doing forward, like with other people's book. I don't know. I'm really excited about that. And then in April, I'm actually going to Malice.
Okay.
So, I'll be out of town again because it's in Maryland. I fly out on Thursday, the 21st of April. And so I'm going to ask each of you, there's so many authors that are going to be there, and I can put the list up, tons that, I'm going to try to do a vlog where each of them, like, where if I find your like favorite author, I'm just going to like have them shout you out. Like, hey, Cozy, thanks for liking I just think that would be really fun.
Or they could talk about their series real fast or something.
Yeah, I don't know how much time they'll give me. I mean, I don't know. It's gonna be panels, and then again, they might have all the time in the world, because you do like have dinners and stuff with them. Because it's like the whole day and evening. It's like from.
So do you pay for certain events and panels, or do you pay a package deal for everything?
You pay a package deal for everything. Okay. But I got an email, so but yeah, you pay a package deal for everything, and then the hotel that is featuring. So
is that what you did last year, but it was virtual?
Last year I did the it wasn't Malice, it was BoucherCon.
Oh, okay, yeah. And then so is this your first time going to Malice?
Oh yeah. Yeah, I've never done any of them. And BoucherCon was going to be my first in-person anything like that, and then it got canceled. But this one, the author list, like I was looking at it earlier.
You have to
that is also that is why I've been reading some books that if you're like that I hadn't.
Oh yeah, because you've been starting a lot of new series, yeah.
Right, is because I mean, like, but Donna Andrews is going to be there. Mary Angeles, she does the camper one. Connie Berry, Ellen Byron.
I'll have to look up the list. That's one of Storm's favorite.
Yeah, there. I mean, Barbara Ross, Molly Cox Bryan. You'll have to look at the list, because I mean, there's I can't even tell you how many names. But I was like, oh, that would be really fun to like try to do like a vlog of like the authors, like, you know, like if Donna Andrews would be like, Sophia, thanks for liking my makeling. So I just think that would be really fun.
Yeah, that would be kind of fun.
Yeah. Anita, are we still doing Wednesday? Yeah. So I think it's because Lee is going to be busy. I don't know for how long, so she's not going to be able to do Fridays. She's still doing Wednesdays. Maybe you could do the Wednesdays on your channel, Tiffany, to not confuse people, and then Storm could just take over the Fridays on hers.
Yeah, I think Storm likes to switch off if she wants to do it, but we've already talked. Yeah.
So, but yeah, the Wednesday should, I think, still be on Tiffany's.
Yeah, they will be. And then Fridays, if she wants to switch off, I can take them. And if she wants them, then that's fine too. It doesn't really matter. But I've talked to Storm. Who's the other? Oh, okay. Yes. Hope he feels better soon. No, just use it for my Kindle.
The Flippy. Okay.
Yes. And I think it's in April. It was going to be in March. And then she needed to switch it because of something going on with her son. So it's sometime in April. I think it's the very first Sunday in April. Thank you.
Maybe about the author thing.
Oh, okay. I was like, I'm not really sure, but awesome. Yeah, I think I love her. She is so, so nice. So I'm really excited. Yeah, Malice is, I'm hoping is going to be a blast. Yes, picking a favorite author. I know. So that's what I was thinking. Like if and if you could give me like a few, because obviously, but I don't know if I can put up the list, but if you look up Malice,
I'm gonna look at
author attendees, and it lists them all in alphabetical order. There's so many. Amazon has an acrylic book stand. I'm also hoping that some of the ones that never respond to emails may schedule an author interview, but they might also say no. I don't know, but all they can say is no. It's not going to hurt my feelings. Right. I don't, take it personal.
Yeah, maybe for the paperbacks you can use like those cookbook stands. Yeah.
It's called Malice Domestic.
Yeah, I think so.
It's the 21st through, or was sorry, the 22nd through the 24th. I fly out on the 21st. So
That would be so cool.
that
Yeah,
is coming up-
Maryland sounds fun too.
coming up soon.
Walter Mosley.
So you guys have anything planned this weekend?
I'm going over to my grandmother's tomorrow. I normally go over there today, but she had something going on. She has more of an exciting life than me. No. She was the only one of us that didn't get sick on the trip, by the way. Like my aunt was really sick with the same kind of thing. I was really sick, but I always get sick on vacations because I think it's just going, my immune system like it revolts. So, my grandmother is the only one of us. She's like calling, checking on us, asking if we need anything. And she's the only one that's out. She's like, well, I'm going to the pool and going to walk my 2 miles. I'm like, okay, I got to go.
I was trying to figure out which one was your grandma. I think I could tell by the facial features. Is she the lighter haired one or the darker haired one?
The white haired.
That's what I thought. Yeah.
Yeah.
I was like, I could see your face in her a little bit.
Yeah. And then my my aunt is her son's wife.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Storm is looking to see if Jen McKinley will be on. She is not.
Yeah. I feel like some authors would be too big. Like Joanne Fluke and Jen McKinley probably wouldn't be there.
I'm
sure they have in the past.
Libby Klein will be there. Julianne Lindsay's going to be there.
It will be fun for you to see the authors that you've interviewed in person because they're gonna be like,
I know.
hey!
I'm really, yeah. Leslie Budowitz, I interviewed her.
And then people will be like, how does she know these people?
Right.
Vivian I was looking to see like Louise Penny is gonna be there. And
yes. I think. Right?
Yeah, I'm looking at the author attendance.
I was gonna say, yeah, there's just Tina Cashian. Remember we read that series.
Is Lee Hollis gonna be there?
Carol J. Perry's gonna be there. I like her Witch City series.
No.
Oh, okay.
Paige Shelton's gonna be there.
Oh, and yeah, you could say that we were reading her series for that's cool.
Yeah, Peggy Earhart. We read her. Mia P. Monticello.
I was just gonna say that. I saw that
one.
Amanda Flower, yay.
Shelley Freidont. I like her series. She's gonna be there. There's a lot. There's a lot.
So many authors I have no clue either.
Yeah, probably.
I'm excited about Barbara Ross being there, so I'm definitely going to try that series. Oh, Lee Perry, who we were just talking about, she's going to be there. Nancy Coco's going to be there. She's listed under Nancy J. Para, but I always Nancy Coco. The lady that wrote The Skeleton Under Lock and Key is going to be there.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, there'll probably be a lot of like newer debut ones.
Yeah.
Amy Pershing's going to be there. She writes that food blogger or whatever. Paige Sheldon.
Victoria Thompson's going to be there.
Who? The Gaslight
series.
Who?
Victoria Thompson.
Oh,
the Gaslight series, my favorite.
I love Peg Cochran. I don't know if that's her real name or a pen name.
Yeah, that's what she's listed under.
Miss Peg Cochran. She's going to be there?
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Oh wait, no, maybe I'm thinking of Paige Shelton. I'm sorry. Hold on. I'm not sure. I don't think so. I said it wrong. I'm sorry. But I've been trying to read some of the ones that like are names I recognize that I know and I just haven't got to before. Like the Alexia Gordon's going to be there. She's the one that just wrote the Gethsemane Brown that I just read, and the one I'm reading now, the One Taste Too Many. That author's going to be there. So I'm just trying to read the ones that I recognize, and I'm like, oh, these are available to read. I'm trying to get through like at least one of them.
So it's not just cozy mysteries; it's like all kinds of mysteries.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's like all mysteries. I think
Karina Moss is going to be there. I'm so excited about her new one, but it doesn't come out till the middle of March, which is she's writing the new cheese shop, Cheddar Off Dead. I'm so excited about that one. So anyways, it'll be I'm looking forward to it.
But yeah, I'm pretty sure it's all genres of mystery.
Yeah, some of the names I don't recognize, I didn't really look up, so I don't know, to be honest with you. You can pick what you want to go to, so I'll only be picking the stuff with the cozies. So
Yeah, I'm excited about Julie and Lindsay being there. Hannah, I know, right? The Libby Klein, yeah. I know I'm so excited about Cheddar Off Dead. All right. So, Storm, what do you have coming up on your channel now that we've talked about this for quite a while?
Well, I have my normal vlog for the week coming up, and I still need to edit my mystery haul that I had.
Okay. Awesome. And then I'm going to be doing my wrap up and my new M&M game challenge. And Lee made me an awesome board that I can attach to my description so people can play along if you want to play along with the M&M game, which I think would be a blast.
Yeah, I think doing wild card instead of 2022 is a lot better because, like you said, it's only been 3 months and not that many.
Yes,
have
I
come
had
out.
to change it. I had to
Yeah.
change it. First of all, I can't start that many new ones. And then
Yeah.
second of all, there's only been a couple of months in 2022.
Right.
The 22nd, the 22nd through the 24th of April. So, all right, everyone. Well, you have lots of reading sprints to tune into tonight and throughout the week. And I know, like Cozy said, you can always just search them. And people are always probably willing to do them in the Discord most of the time as well. Thank you all for coming. Cozy, Storm, as usual, thank you very much. Thank both of you. And we'll see you later.
Hi,
All
guys.
right.
Bye, everyone.